4 years. 4 years. Sounds like a long time, but the seniors today from Waterford and East Lyme, they will tell you differently. These players will take the field together for the last time. And for Waterford's Marcus Elliott and Nico Thibault, they've been playing together since the days of flag football at the age of 6. Senior quarterback Chris Salem from East Lyme has pumped life into this Viking program the last 4 years. East Lyme, Waterford, will say no more. Time for a Thanksgiving East feast here east of the river, live on Game Day on theday.com. Keith P. O'Brien is sports doctor, calling the game tonight with my good friend Mike Demaro. Mike, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, tiddlywinks, badminton, you've got a rivalry in Waterford and East Lyme.
This is great, Keith. You know, I don't think anybody here cares that one team's 4-5 and the other's 3-6.
No, throw the records out the door. Is that what they say in these big-time games?
They played for the ECC baseball championship, basketball championship, and now this ought to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, the schedule makers got a little screwed up. The officials are here on the field today, so cold weather, I guess, for tomorrow canceled the football. So I'm okay with that because I'll have a chance to sleep in tomorrow. So Waterford will receive at home today. Back deep to receive is Anna Bellini and Marquise Smith back there. And Marquise Smith, one of those guys that's been around a long time in this program. And, you know, and Anna Bellini, Waterford's best wide receiver, ball blows off the tee. East Lyme kids are ready to roll. We're ready to go too, Mike. It's nice being with you here tonight. We get the other crew. The A team is up at New London High School.
We're the B team.
We are. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yes,
I'm all right.
Yes.
Little pooch kick comes up short, taken by one of the up men for Waterford. And he is tackled at the 31-yard line, and that's where Waterford will set up shop, Mike. Mike Vincent on the return, junior for the Lancers. And, Mike, we're going to look at this offense and a lot of playmaking ability. The quarterback has had a decent year, and then Ryan Bakken and a lot of weapons out there on the edge.
Well, Keith, East Lyme's given up 257 points. Waterford's given up 308.
Yeah, we're going to see some. We're going to see some fireworks. Yeah. That's right. Waterford comes out in a spread formation, 4 wide. Bakken operates out of the gun, looks to the right, throws to Elliott in the flat. Elliott tries to shake a tackle, and he is brought down very quickly on the outside by number 11. Brought down by Sean Sosa Roach. I'm trying to read Mike Demaro's handwriting, but we're okay with that. A little swing pass to Elliott, and Marcus is one of those kids that, Mike, if he gets a little bit of space, he can make some plays.
Sean's dad was a very good player at New London.
Yes, he was. Sean Roach. Bakken again out of the gun, and there's going to be movement on the outside. That is Danny Annabellini, number 10. Jumped a little too quick there. So, you know, Mike, I had a chance to talk to Rudy Begos last night, the head coach of East Lyme, and he was concerned about the fact that since they played on Saturday, some of the timing might be off. You know, they had to put pads on yesterday when they normally do it today. So, I mean, is it is it premature that the scheduling screws these teams up a little bit?
I bet not one East Lyme kid cares in the least about that.
Gotcha. Well, that's the coach's answer right there. Bakken out of the gun, looks right, throws right. Got Annabellini off his hands. Pass falls incomplete. Danny Annabellini has been Bakken's number 1 receiver this year. Drop pass will bring up 3rd down on a truckload, 3rd and 16.
Annabellini with more than 600 yards receiving this year. Had a very good game here. Waterford's last game, they played very well, beating Montville.
Yeah. Yep. They've got some skilled people out there. They like to throw it. 3rd down and 16. Out of the gun. Annabellini comes back across, throws just behind Marcus Elliott, and we're going to see a punt on a 3-and-out, and a penalty really hurt the Lancers on that possession. Just underway, 10:54 and counting here in the first quarter. It is a chilly night here at Waterford High School with a blustery wind.
We're not chilly, though.
No, we are not.
No. So this is what I'm interested in seeing now. East Lyme's defense stood up right there. Can Waterford's?
Yeah, well, I mean, you said you talked about 360 points given up this year?
308.
308
Maybe
points.
by the end of the night.
It'll be 360. Yeah, 308 points given up in 9 games. That's a lot.
Uh-oh.
And we got a block on the kick. And that ball rolls out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Is that Cam Hart, number 19, in there and blocked that kick?
That was Cam Hart.
And a flag down, too. Now, if he tips that ball, that is not roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Gordy Maurer saying roughing. Did he not Did he not get the ball?
He blocked the kick. I don't understand that. We'll take a look. We'll see let the officials sort things out a little bit. But it's going to be roughing the kicker against East Lyme. And I think Coach Reddy Bagos and all the East Lyme players over there are standing with their hands out wondering what's going on because the kick was blocked.
Yeah, Keith. I mean, unless I missed something, Hart made clear contact with the ball.
Yes, he did.
Which would negate the penalty. I don't. I'm at a loss to explain that.
Well, we'll check that out. And Waterford catches a break here.
A break?
Yeah, well, breaking the wishbone early on Thanksgiving. So Waterford will take over 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Bakken brings his crew back out onto the field. 1st and 10 from the 40. Straight drop back, looking deep, lets it roll, got Annabellini, and overshoots him at the 27-yard line. There's that big playability by Annabellini. Mike Bakken just overshot him.
Well, one thing that play does show you, though, Keith, is that Hart cannot run with Annabellini. He was open.
Yeah, you got a couple of guys out there with some speed. You got Elliott, you got Annabellini, you got Nico Tebow, Elliott, and then you're throwing a little thunder and lightning with Marquise Smith. There's weapons out there for Coach Strecker. 2nd and 10. Little inside trap that time. And he is wrapped up. Nico Tebow swallowed up that time. Big number 55 on the stop. Zach Todd for the Lancers. I'm sorry, for the Vikings on the stop.
Waterford's 5 plays so far, Keith, have not amounted to any positive yardage.
No, just that first initial swing pass to Elliott out on the flat got on, I think, a
was
yard. Yeah.
Yeah. So third and 11 now.
3rd and 11, trying to capitalize on the personal foul penalty. Bakken out of the gun. Looks right, throws a strike, got Elliott, and he is stuffed just shy of midfield, probably a yard short of the first down, and decision time early.
Yes, decisions. You know what? When you're 3 and 6, go for it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't. And I have a defense that can't stop anybody anyway. Go.
Yeah, I like the catch, like the pitch and catch that time coming across the middle of the field. Good hands by Marcus Elliott to make the catch. And here we go, 4th down and 1 from the 49-yard line. Waterford, simple, Mike. Get the ball in midfield, pick up another new set of downs.
Do they run or pass?
I run it, but I'm not a coach. Bakken under center, trying to draw East Lyme off, and I don't think East Lyme's going to fall for that one. And a timeout by Waterford. That is a textbook trick there used by the coaching staff, and
it's a wasted timeout.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm one of these guys too, Mike. Here on 4th and 1, I still believe in power football. I still believe in getting under center. I still believe in putting the fullback as your lead blocker, and letting your guy. I mean, they've got a good one back there in Hardsberger who can get that tough 1 yard.
Well, as you know, Keith, I'm not a big numbers guy.
Or analytics.
But how often does that play actually work?
Never.
I wouldn't say
less
never, but
less than 10%.
It's
Less than 10%.
Wasted timeout.
Less than 10%. Here we go. 4th and 1 from the 49. Waterford gets to midfield to pick up the first down. Bakken.
Now they're going to go.
Yeah, he's going to go under center. Quarterback keeper by Bakken sticks his head down off to the left side.
Ball.
And the ball's out. They called him down. Okay, Bakken is down. All right, so Bakken needed 1. He got 2. Waterford is in East Lyme territory, Mike, and just like that, off the penalty, they move the sticks.
Yeah, they got it right. It's just a little bit of a I don't know.
Straight power football.
Yes,
straight power football. Find your left,
yes.
Find your center, get on his back, and go for it.
It worked, and we move on.
Bakken out of the gun. Pressure up front. Lets it rip, and he's looking for Elliott again across the middle of the field, and that's incomplete that time. Some nice pressure on the outside by number 1, T.J. Horner for the Vikings. Mike, we've seen Horner now develop into a football player, and he's going to carry that this year onto the basketball court. I know you're talking to Jeff Bernardi at halftime. Should be a riveting conversation, you and Jeff.
Horner and Jacob Peters.
Yeah.
keys to the season.
Not too
If
bad.
they're good, I think the East Lyme's
Twin
team.
Towers. Second down and 10. 8:48 left to go here in the first quarter. Bakken looks left, throws left. High throw that time off the hands of his receiver on the outside. That is number 8, Chris Smith.
You know, he's had some guys open. He's had some guys open.
I count 1, 2, 3 drops. I count a drop by Annabellini, I count a drop by Elliott, and then I count a drop by Smith on the outside. So, again, you called it, Mike. You're going to see an air show today from Lancer Nation.
Yeah, this game's going to last for a while.
We won't hear the old Mike tomorrow. Tick, 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 tick.
At some point.
Third down and 10. Bakken from the gun. Pressure on the outside again. The ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls to the ground, incomplete. But, again, pressure up the middle that time. Tip ball coming straight up the gut. I think that was Zach Todd again, busting the gut.
Marcus Lavelle did a nice job there picking up the blitz. There just weren't enough of him.
No, there should have been 3 or 4 Marcus Lavelles out there. So Waterford can't convert on the good field position and they'll have to kick the ball away. Craig Hart, Will Flaherty, deep to receive the kick for the Vikings. Oh, I'm sorry, Blaine Hart. I'm sorry. I'll be calling Corey's Hart by the end of the game. A high end over end kick. Everybody in the coaching staff yelling poison. Everybody from East Lyme gets away from it, takes him a gratuitous Lancer bounce, and that ball will be down here at the 17-yard line. First, I call it the 19 was where they're going to spot it. So first and 10, Waterford, East Lyme. 8:22 left to go, just underway here on a chilly, chilly evening for football at Waterford High School. We get our first chance to get a chance to look at Chris Salem, quarterback out there, senior quarterback, playmaker. You know, Salem is one of those kids who's been around here a long time with Coach Rudy Bagos. Slem on the keeper, tries to get to the edge, sticks his head back down the middle and picks up a few yards. 4 yards on a carry will bring up second down and 6. Mike, there we see the ability of Salem to make plays with his feet.
Yeah, he exposed the ball a little too early there. He's lucky they still have it. I wouldn't recommend that.
He's a showman. He is a gunslinger. He's a bit of a maverick out there, I would say, at the quarterback spot.
Nearly 1,400 yards passing this year.
Not too shabby. Franco comes in motion. Pitch and catch on the outside. Nice job on the catch for Spencer Duthry. Move the sticks, 12 yards, and there you saw the arm strength by Salem throwing the ball to the outside and the out.
One thing that's interesting to me, Keith, is East Lyme's played a bit of a tougher schedule this year. We'll see if playing NFA, Weston, Norwalk,
Pomperog.
Pomperog, both teams play in NFA, but we'll see if that has an effect.
First and 10 from the Waterford 38-yard line. High snap that time, and that play's going nowhere. But Salem escapes. And then he's dragged down. Jackson Harnsberger almost blew that play up in the backfield. And it's a good thing Salem kept the ball on a little dive fake. And then Mike, that could have been disastrous for East Lyme.
Harnsberger looks like he can play.
Yeah,
sophomore.
He's going to be coming up the middle. That's for sure. Second down and 9 from the 39. High snap again. Salem slings it out to the right, and that ball is almost picked off by Marquise Smith on the outside. What a nice double coverage that time. That ball was trying to be forced into Dalton Franco, and Marquise Smith stayed home.
Pressure on the outside from Chris Silva there. Rushed the throw. Looks like Waterford's not afraid to bring it a little bit right now.
Well, I think they're going to have to.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to. I think if you Salem is the type of kid where if you give him a little bit of time, he could pick you apart. Big third down here for the Lancer defense. Salem out of the gun, rolls to his right, looks right, fires right, and he's got his man, and that's Hart down there in the corner. Nice, easy pitch and catch that time between Cam Hart.
Oh, that was Franco.
I'm sorry, it was Franco. I got to put my glasses on. That was Dalton Franco.
Again, weak side pressure there. This time it was Smith, Chris Smith.
So East Lyme gets into Lancer territory. 6:26 and counting, 0-0 here in the first quarter, Thanksgiving Eve. There's the sports doctor
Live
on the day.com. The sports doctor will grab his glasses. They're already out of the case. He's got to put them on. Heavy pressure on the outside by Smith is a high, deep throw just over the hands of Duthry. And that time, I think, Marquis Smith coming on the outside forced Slem to throw that ball a little sooner than what he wanted to.
Keith, we're going to have a special ceremony the next time somebody actually runs the ball.
Well, you called it. You said coming in here, we talked before the game, and you said you're going to see a lot of passing. You're going to see a lot of balls in the air. And boy, oh boy, Mike, you were spot on. 2nd down and 10 from the Waterford 48. A little inside handoff that time to Tommy Mason, and he is dragged down at the line of scrimmage by Waterford.
I'm going to root for him tonight, Keith. He's my former neighbor, like direct next-door neighbor, Tommy. So, good kid.
Jose Rosario, number 73, in on the stop. Got some big boys up front, that's for sure, do the Lancers. Very athletic. 3rd down and 6. Big 3rd down here again for the Waterford defense. High snap. Hand off to the outside. Goes to Andrew Haas. He gets up to the 40-yard line, and it's going to bring up decision time for Rudy Begos.
Tanner Correa, big tackle.
Here we go, Mike. 4th down and let's call it a short 3 and a long 2. And East Lyme will go for it. Haas in the backfield with Salem. Salem will operate out of the gun. Getting the play in from the sidelines. I think he's going to call a timeout here, isn't he? Okay. Salem. Pressure on the outside. Throws across the middle and off the hands of his receiver, Dalton Franco, and the Lancers defense hold. And that play was there. Franco had a step, and Salem threw that ball a little hot coming across the middle.
So, Keith, remember how you were just saying how spot on I was before?
Yeah.
I did come on and say that neither defense could stop each other.
So
that's all they've done so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think some of the teams they're stopping themselves a little bit too. They get some kids dropping some balls and, put some gloves on. I mean, let's make some plays out there.
I thought that was a big stop right there for a defense that has struggled all year.
Yep. So right within the 40-yard line, Bakken will take his team up to the line of scrimmage. Elliott in motion across the formation. Little inside handoff to Lavelle. Bounces it to the outside. Tries to turn it up, and he's tackled for a 2-yard gain. That's one of those plays there. I'm sorry, was that Christian Hightower? Okay. All right, I've gotten about every name wrong. We'll figure it out this far.
That was a nice little. Let's see. I think John Strecker saying, can we run it outside? Can we stretch it a little bit?
2nd down and 7. 4:19 and counting. Bakken slings it out to the outside. He's got his man in Tebow, sidesteps the tackler, and he's brought down there just shy of the 47-yard line. Number 15 on the stop that time was Hunter Lewis for East Lyme.
8 minutes in, no score, would not have thought that.
3rd down and 3. And right now, Mike, you got to think the coaching staff is thinking 2-down territory.
Well, I think, that might at this point on the field, I think you're going to see that all night, both sides.
Big 3rd down here, inside handoff, little bust off the right side, cross midfield is number 7 there, Christian Hightower, picking up the 1st down and moving the sticks, 1st down Lancers.
And again, Keith, you do that enough. The play action comes in, and I mean they've already had guys open. You could imagine how much more open they'll be.
No monkeying around there, Mike. Straight power football off the right side. Nice job by Hightower sticking his head down and picking up the 1st down. Bakken out of the gun, looks left, throws left, got his man in the flat, and he's swallowed up very quickly. Was Chris Smith?
East Lyme has Waterford's short passing game well scouted.
Yeah.
They've gotten nothing on that. So
Well, they're quick. They're quick. They got Franco at the linebacker spot. You got Hart out there. You've got, Horner. They're very, very fast to the ball. So when you get into that underneath stuff, it's tough to break plays. You got to break a tackle. 2nd down and 11. Bakken looking deep. Pressure by Horner on the outside. Bakken comes across his body, throws, and there's going to be a flag down there. He's looking for Annabellini down the field, and we're going to get a flag on Blaine Hart in coverage that time. So there you saw Bakken trying to come across the field, Mike, trying to hit his number one guy in Annabellini, and there's going to be a big penalty there against the Vikings.
Well, as we said, Hart had a hard time staying with him last time. Here's the high school rule I don't like the most. Keith. It's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, all pass interference.
What would you rather see?
Spot foul.
Just like the NFL.
Because you can coach your kids now. If you get beat, drag them down.
So rather give up a
It's only
40-yard
15,
pass
yeah.
play, drag him down to the
Yeah.
ground. That's a good point.
I try.
That's a good point. Deepest penetration for the Lancers. Bakken out of the gun, lets it fly, and off the hands of his receiver in the flat. That time it was T-Bolt. A little flaherty in coverage that time. So, again, not throwing for a high percentage is Bakken.
No, he missed Marcus Elliott earlier in the game, but I thought the rest of his throws should have been caught.
2nd down and 10. Lancers from the Viking 35-yard line. Elliott in motion. Hightower off the left side, sticks his head down. That play's going nowhere. Nice job up front again by number 55, Zach Todd, from his defensive linebacking position. Michael will bring it up 3rd and 11.
You know what I could say that would really annoy people outside right now?
That's warm in here?
It's hot in here.
Yeah, it's very hot, yeah. It is, though. It is, and now I know why you watch the games from the booth when it rains or it gets cold. Then you can run. Then what you usually do with your pads, you run down the last minute and a half.
Yes.
So the coaches think you're a tough guy. And
Absolutely.
you're down the sidelines the whole game.
Yeah. Now see
the book.
See,
now the
you're
book's
on my
out.
game
now
now.
the cat's
Yeah.
out of the bag
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
3rd down here. 3rd and 11 from the 36-yard line. Little bubble screen that time to Annabellini, and that play's going nowhere. Nice job on the tackle that time by Hunter Lewis. Boy, you talk about these linebackers, Mike, and these guys in the secondary for the Vikings flying to the football. You just saw it right there.
I thought that play was going to go big. East Lyme came on an inside blitz, usually a short throw to the outside with a kid who can run would go for something, and East Lyme recovered nicely.
Yeah, and the one thing I've noticed early in this game, too, that the tackling for the Vikings has been stout.
Very good.
You'll get to a guy, wrap him up, and bring
well
him down.
scouted. They have Waterford well scouted.
Yep, 4th and 11, trips to the top of the formation. Annabellini look for a one-on-one matchup here down at the bottom of the formation. Bakken's going to break contain, come back. He's going to look for Annabellini, and the ball is dropped. Danny Annabellini had his hands on it, and again, Blaine Hart in coverage, but then we see Bakken coming across his field trying to hit his guy in a one-on-one situation.
Hart, listen, we've been on him a couple of times, made a really nice play there. Annabellini had that ball, and Hart knocked it away nicely.
Yeah, he ran an inside release that time, did Annabellini, coming back to the post, and that was a good throw by Bakken.
That deep post, you're going to see them come back to that as well. They should.
Yeah.
Oh, timeout.
47 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and East Lyme calls a timeout on a possession.
Keith, you know during basketball season how we would ask people where they're watching game day from,
right.
and we had as far away as Seattle. Remember?
Yeah, Japan, one of the games in Japan.
Yeah. I understand we have South Beach in the house.
South Beach is in the house tonight, the Elliott family down there.
Marcus, of course, is a senior.
Talbot family, so the Talbot family. Marcus is senior. Mike, I've spent a lot of time around a lot of these kids from Waterford for youth football and the road trips, and a good friend of mine whose son plays for this team. And, it's special. A lot of these kids in these small towns, boy, they come up together and they go through the ranks together. And, again, it's their last high school game. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I don't think we as, old guys maybe appreciate how much this means to the kids,
Yeah.
even when they are 3 and 6, 4 and 5.
Well, I don't know who he's calling old, folks, but first and 10, East Lyme from the Waterford 36-yard line. Salem out of the gun. Pitched it outside to Haas. He's got the edge, sticks his head down, runs over a man, and barrels himself up for 9 yards. Tough run that time by Andrew Haas.
Ned Griffin, our guy at the day who loves power for football, would love that.
He'd love the end of that
right
run,
there.
that's for
Yes,
sure.
He'd love that play. Right
The
there.
last 3 yards of that run were all Haas sticking his head down. 38 seconds left to go in a surprisingly scoreless first quarter. Salem out of the gun. First and 10 from the 36. He'll drop back. Pressure on the outside. Salem slings it. Got his man on the outside again, and a nice catch that time by Roach. Sean Roach on the outside. 8 yards. East Lyme's best pitch and catch of the game. Boy, he's got an arm. He can make the throws, that's for sure.
He sure can.
That play could take us to the end of the first quarter as we are about 10 seconds and counting right now.
Looks like they're going to try to snap it with 6,
Yeah.
5.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, the play comes off. Little inside handoff that time goes Mason. And he is tackled after a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 when we come back. They'll take to the end of the first quarter. Just like that, Mike, 8 minutes has gone by, and it's a 0-0 tie here in Waterford, Connecticut.
Just as we said, Keith, just as we said, it would be a low-scoring game.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you were pretty sure that there was going to be a lot of passing yards and a lot of points.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen the ball in the air. We just haven't seen a lot of completions or a lot of points.
It could be weather related. I don't know. Maybe the wind is playing tricks on the ball. I don't know.
I think there's one thing to be said though. There's plays to be had out there.
Yes.
Drop passes, maybe some mistakes, maybe some errors. It's just something that's just going to happen. So these. Oh, the wind. Oh,
Peter Huapi tells us yes, it is the wind.
It's windy out there.
Yes.
Peter, our producer, has got more gear on than an Eskimo right now, and the wind is blowing straight towards us. We got a crew over at New London High School tonight too. We've got Casey Zink, we've got Tim Cook over there.
That's the A team. Buck and Aikman are over there.
I'm okay with the B team tonight.
Who are we? Kenny Albert and John Lynch. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay,
that's
right?
good.
Okay.
3rd and 1. Power formation here for the Vikings. Inside handoff. Off the right side goes Tommy Mason. He sticks his head down. Picks up 3 yards. 1st and 10. Vikings move the sticks, East Lyme. I like that. I mean, I'm like, no monkeying around. Get up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, and go power football.
Well, maybe with the wind as a factor, we'll see more running plays.
Thanksgiving Eve feast here at Waterford High School. East Lyme and Waterford. Mason in motion. Slem slings it to the outside. Intended for Sean Sosa Roach, and that's incomplete. And that time, Slem just kind of misfired. Good crowd here tonight, Mike. You got the stands over on the other side are full.
I'm going to ask you, Keith, do you think
there's
more here tonight or at the basketball game in
I'm not going down that road. High snap again. Inside handoff goes to Haas. Haas breaks a tackle. Gets it himself in the open field. Cuts across the 30 as he is wrestled down to the ground by number 11 that time.
Big gain on the play there by Andrew Haas. He takes it into Waterford territory where he's brought down by Tanner Correa.
I'm sorry, Mike, on the stop. But a big run that time by Haas. 1st and 10 East Lyme. On the move. Another inside handoff and a big tough run that time up the gut by Haas.
Marcus Lavelle with is that Sharma who's down hurt? Because
Is that Kumar?
No, he's on. That is Jose Rosario.
Jose Rosario. Kumar's coming in now. Yeah.
A two-way starter for them. That would be a bad loss for them.
They both got the same kind of hairstyle going on out there, Kumar. He is down, probably just some sort of a cramp or something like that. He's attempting to get up. But we see some power football here for East Lyme, Mike. Something that we didn't think we'd see from them, and it seems to be working on this drive.
Yeah, and hey, if it works, sometimes Keith, when you win a certain way all year, and I think for East Lyme it's been pass, pass, pass.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily trust your run game as much as you should, but it seems to me right now that Rudy Bagos ought to stick with this because it's working.
Plus, you can lull a defense into something. We talked about some of the runs by Waterford. Those power runs up the middle. Maybe we'll soften things up on the edge or soften things up in the middle for a kid like Elliott to make. And we haven't seen the full arsenal yet from East Lyme. I mean, they can spread the ball around a little bit too, but they got some playmakers. The hard kid can catch the ball. Franco can catch the ball. Duthry can catch the ball. So there's some weapons out there. Peter Wappy just said it was snowing outside. Okay, here we go. Well, that's why Peter was making the big bucks. He is outside dealing with the snow and the cameras. I will tell you this. I'll say this to Peter Wappy, our producer, who's out there with the camera. This is a luxury compared to what we had up at Killingly a few weeks ago.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you, Keith, that game, I left Killingly that night. I mean, obviously, hey, we were inside all night,
Mm-hmm.
but Connor and Tim,
Oh,
and
Carlos,
were outside. Jack Cochran, one of the Killingly coaches.
You see him come down off
was
the top?
upstairs.
But he had a
came
smile
down.
on his face. It
Yeah,
was huge.
He said, I mean, as only Jack can. He goes, I'm in Killingly and I'm soaked, and it's Friday night, and this is rock bottom.
He's not even the head coach. He's his assistant
He's
coach.
only
Yeah,
kidding,
yeah.
of course. But no, I mean, just the point is that what our guys do here goes so unnoticed, and these are the nights that you notice because it's cold out.
We did a soccer game this year at Stonington High School, and we've got guys. I stuck around a little bit to break down the equipment and stuff like that, and we've had me and Tim Cook and Peter were dodging lightning. I mean, you could actually see lightning. Where'd that hit? I went in the baseball field. If you don't know Stonington High School, their fields are all together. Oh, I just hit the pitcher's mound, which is 60 yards from the football field.
Well, Keith, how about the Killingly game? We look down, and all of a sudden, all of our equipment is underwater.
The flood. The flood in the booth. 2nd down and 7. Let's reset things for you. 10:57 left to go in the half. So in the second quarter, East Lyme on the move. They got something cooking. They got something working on the offensive side of the ball. Salem out of the gun. Again, inside handoff. Bouncing to the outside that time. Again is the back number 3, Andrew Haas. And a good job up front by Waterford holding their ground.
So 3rd and 4?
Yeah, let's call it a long 3, short 4. Just to aggravate some people out there listening right now. Peter?
Is it a free throw or a foul?
Yeah, we're going to get into that, Mike.
Okay.
Don't get me
Okay.
going. I'll be in
Okay.
basketball season form.
Yep.
So 2-down territory here for the Vikings. Again, the inside handoff goes to Haas, and he is dragged down to the ground. A big stop up front. And a couple.
That's Kumar Sharma. Huge
Kumar
play.
Sharma. Yeah,
Great name. Is that that's it. That's a name.
that is a Kumar Sharma is an all game day team. That's for sure.
And he's played well too. I mean, he might actually make the all game
Sure.
team anyway.
Put him out there. Sign him up. 4th down and 4. It is definitely 4-down territory here for the Vikings. Like you said, nothing on the line but pride tonight. Salem out of the gun. Looks left. Pressure up front. Hardsberger. Salem steps out of it. Dashes up. He's going to be close to the 1st down, Mike, and I think he's going to get it. And that time we saw the quick feet of Chris Salem and improvising, picking up the 1st down. Move the sticks, I do believe, for the Vikings. That's going to be close. I think he got it. I thought he got it. Waterford saying no. Hardsberger's down there, and the official says yes. So we get a Waterford player pointing no, and the official says, I got you, son. Yes. Nice play by Salem that time. Break and contain, heavy pressure on the outside, Mike. And that's where you see the athleticism come into play.
Waterford continues to get pretty good pressure on him, more than I thought they.
Well, they're going to have to, which
gonna
may
have to,
leave
yeah.
them exposed a
You
little bit
leave
on the
him time
edge.
to- yeah,
May
yeah,
leave them
yeah.
exposed a little bit on the edge. Haas to the power set behind Salem. Salem looks left, throws in the corner of the end zone, wants to fade. That ball is up and it falls incomplete. He had Duthry down there in the corner, a little one-on-one that time, and a nice job in coverage on the outside.
Tebow did a really nice job there on Haas. What did he do, Keith? Looked around and found the ball.
Yeah. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 10. East Lyme. Haas in the backfield. Jumbo set. They're going to go back to the same route. The little bubble screen that time on the outside. That pass is caught, and Duthry's dragged down inside the 10-yard line. Mike, it's only close to a first down there. Spencer Duthry showed you the hands, then he showed you the finish.
Yeah. It's about 2 yards short.
3rd down and 2, 9:04 and counting here in a scoreless first half from Waterford High School. Yeah, I thought they were going to go back to the same play and throw the fade. That time they did a little quick hitter, a little wide receiver screen, a little one-man screen. 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, option look on the outside, Haas, and Haas is going nowhere. And a good job that time on the outside by Marcus Lavelle to seal the edge and make the play.
Can I tell you how much I hated that call, Keith?
You didn't like the option down the line?
No, I don't.
No, you
I
like
don't
power
like that,
football.
Especially when you've had some success inside. And Rosario's out of there.
Yep. A little bit of another little power. Oh, Salem's going to operate out of the gun. 4th down and 4. He's going to roll to his left, comes back across his body, and throws high. He had his guy in the corner of the end zone. In the middle of the end zone was Dalton Franco, and a high throw that time on a 4th down play. Waterford comes up big on 4th down.
So, the preview in the day today talked about how rotten both of these defenses really are, and we're
pitching a shutout on
scoreless with 8:10 left in the in the first half.
I got to go back and take the under, that's for sure.
Yes, I did tell you bet the over.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes, you did. And like a donkey, I might have listened to you. And 1st and 10, Waterford from their own 10-yard line. The inside handoff that time is going nowhere. Hightower again on the carry. Dragged down by the big guys up front. 55 up there is Zach Todd, and defensive lineman for East Lyme. Josh Morton, Liam Wales, and nose guard. With some big uns up front doing some work right now for the Vikings. 2nd down and 10.
You can't read my writing, can you?
It's tough, Mike. I'm sorry. Here's a little reverse trap that time. It's going to be a Harsberger, and he is going to be dragged over to 12-yard line. Make it to 13. We'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
It's Whaley, but I could see that.
That is not a
on my little cheat sheet here.
Mike, that is awful.
Yeah, that's a terrible. Yes. Do not blame Keith, folks. That was my fault.
I mean, for people out there that read Mike's writing, he is a fantastic writer. He can type like the best of them. His handwriting is chicken scratch. And I say that with a lot of love. He's my good friend, and I will see him later after the game, and I can say that. Big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 7 for the Lancers. Bakken out of the gun. And a step back, look to his right, and he throws high. He looked for Anna Bellini that time, and that play never really had a chance to develop. Out of timing out there. Again, good coverage that time for Hart in the secondary.
And East Lyme has really won the field position battle here. You would expect they'll get the ball well inside Waterford territory here.
Will Flaherty back deep to receive for the Vikings. And I'm gonna finish the Y. Is that okay?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, there we go. Bad Y's.
Will Flaherty standing back right at midfield. His shoes are at the 49-yard line of East Lyme. Back deep to receive the punt. Snap is up. Kick is up. Short punt. Once again, the East Lyme coaching staff yelling poison, and that ball will take a generous Waterford bounce to their own 47-yard line. So, as you called it, East Lyme will set up shop at the Waterford 47. Good field position to start this drive.
Well, we have a sec, Keith. Big halftime show.
Huge halftime show.
Jeff Bernardi,
yeah.
East Lyme boys.
They might have a good team this year.
Boys basketball coach, and our guy, Walker Sutman, will also be here.
Playing baseball up at Fairfield. They gave Walker a big hug outside. I said, come up to the booth so I can give you a little ribbon about BC football.
See if he's wearing his ring, too.
Yeah. High snap, inside handoff. Haas off the right side's got some room. Nice cutback. Haas doing work. Comes across the 30 up to the 26-yard line. Then we saw a little speed and a little power that time out of Andrew Haas.
That was the play I wanted to see on third down.
I think you and everybody else up here in the booth.
Yeah.
Andrew Haas showing you the ability to pick the hole and then to finish the run. So good little speed burst and then some good finishing power on the end of that run. And East Lyme is moving the football. And they're going to go right back to Haas. He is up the middle. He gets 4 yards the tough, hard way. A little bit of a rhythm right now, Mike, for that offensive line for the Vikings.
I'm sorry, Keith. I was trying to eavesdrop on the
play calling over there.
on the play calling.
6 minutes, just under 6 minutes here. What I was trying to say is that offensive line for the Vikings right now, and a little bit of rhythm, blocking some people up front.
Yes, and they're finding more success with the run game than the pass, which I don't know that's happened much this year.
Spread formation. Salem comes back across the middle. That ball is blocked at the line of scrimmage by Harnsberger. And again, you talked about the pressure up the gut, the pressure up the middle. That time you saw it pay big dividends for the Lancers.
Our guy Will Sutman in there, number 61 as well.
Yeah, Will Sutman. Any relation to Walker, who had that big kickoff? Was that kickoff return against
Michael
Clemson?
Walker's cousin? Yes.
Against Clemson.
Yes.
That was the only score of the game you guys had.
Yes. We don't need to go there, though.
Okay, we might. Third down and let's call it 7. Salem out of the gun, looks right. Pressure on the outside. Salem gets rid of the ball, and the ball is almost picked off in the flat. Marcus Lavelle jumped the route and almost had himself a little Thanksgiving Eve treat right there.
That's the second time Chris Smith on the outside. Really, really good weak side pressure. I think East Lyme is going into the wind right now, so a field goal is out of the question.
All right, big fourth down here for the Viking offense. Salem drops back, looks left, slings it out, and he's got his man in the flat. And a nice, easy pitching catch that time as Duthry comes down with the catch. He had to climb the ladder, and he makes the grab. And a big, big fourth down conversion there for the Vikings.
Duthry found a nice soft spot right there.
And that
Well
time,
done.
Salem delivered the goods. Good throw that time by Chris Salem. So knocking on the door again is the Vikings. Inside handoff to Haas. Off to 10. Dances to the 5. Puts his head down. And he is in for the touchdown. Just like that. Andrew Haas, 6 points. East Lyme, and a tough finishing run by the running back.
Haas runs like a horse, Keith.
He certainly does.
Very impressive.
Nice job that time by Andrew Haas, and give credit, Mike, to that offensive line. East Lyme kind of found their stride on that drive running the football. That puts them up 6-0 with 5:10 left to go here in the first half.
I think they've found their stride. Period. Keep it on the ground until further notice.
Yeah, it's the battle up front that's sometimes the overlooked things in the football games. Extra point, snap is up, kick is up, and it is through. It is good, and just like that, 7-0. East Lyme leads Waterford with 5:10 left to go here in the first half. On a chilly, cold night, and I tell you, Mike, I am impressed with this crowd here tonight.
I'm very impressed.
There's a big crowd here, and listen, the ADs or whoever changed these games to tonight threw a monkey wrench in a lot of people's plans. The officials, the crew for the officiating, had to re-scramble their things. The fans coming in, the Thanksgiving Day tradition, and we've got family and friends and relatives, and the Thanksgiving days on games on Thursdays. Well, these people are all here, and it's Wednesday night.
Well, this is why they did it, Keith. It had nothing to do with the kids being cold playing. It had to do with butts in the seats.
Oh, okay.
And we don't make as much money. I mean,
I don't want to. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
That's what it came down to.
I didn't say that.
Well, no. I mean, it's a sound business decision.
Yeah.
When are we going to get more? Wednesday night or Thursday?
When it's
not hard.
14 below on a Thursday? Yeah. You would have been here tomorrow. You would have been warm. You would have been in the booth.
I would have been right exactly in this spot.
So East Lyme up 7-0. 5:10 remaining here in the first half, and Waterford They're going to look to try to answer this. A little squib kick taken by one of the up men. Breaks it off to the outside. Chris Silva that time, yeah. Chris Silva takes it up. And Waterford right now, Mike, will have pretty good field position. 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. So an offense which we haven't really seen fire just yet. We've seen some incompletions downfield to Anna Bellini, and we've seen absolutely no running game for the Lancers. So let's see what Coach Strecker and his staff can cook up here in this drive. Keith O'Brien, Mike Demaro, Game Day live on aday.com. Wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving out there. 1st and 10, Waterford from their own 39-yard line. Bakken out of the gun. There comes Jackson Harnsberger, sticks his head down. He's met by T.J. Horner. Harnsberger picks up 2 yards, and it looks like the Lancers are going to try a little power football themselves.
Do you know a famous person just walked into the booth behind
He
us?
did. Oh, Sheffin Hardy. He's definitely a lot better dressed than I am, that's for sure.
He's always better.
No, listen, Ed. Well, I mean, come on.
And I am.
Yes, Jeff Bernardi. Jeff's been running, the East Lyme basketball coach has been running around Hammonasset Beach, and, he's been living the bachelor's life, and he's having a good time back there. He's smiling. He's happy.
Smiling because TJ has to get through one more half.
I got him back. 2nd down and 8, Waterford from their own 41-yard line. Bakken takes the bad snap. Pressure on the edge. He's got Anna Bellini down the middle of the field and just overshoots him. Mike, and I think Anna Bellini slowed up on that pass pattern because if he would have legged it out, he'd have had himself 6.
All right. I do think East Lyme is going to have to use a little safety help.
Yeah, a little
back
double
there,
coverage
'cause
over
Hart
there.
Can't, I mean, nothing against him. It would be like me running against. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it either. He can't stay with him. That's the 4th time that plays.
Sooner or later, that plays,
later,
they're going
yeah.
to connect.
Yeah.
But as I look around the field, too, I mean, you got Smith down there, you got Elliott down there, you got Tebow down there, Lavelle. There's some other weapons. So if we have to come back to one of these kids, Marquise Smith at the bottom of the formation, he's a big kid. He can make some plays.
Again, Keith, the middle's wide open.
Yeah. Bad snap. Little slant to the outside to Elliott, and it goes right through his hands. Marcus Elliott, the senior, wants that one back.
Well, I don't want to hear his dad.
No, we don't. I mean, listen, 4th down and 8. Elliott was right at midfield. He probably would have had the 1st down on that. So there you see just a flat-out drop. It was a good throw by Bakken to Elliott on the edge, and it's going to bring up a punt here, and they're going to have to give the ball up with 4:05 left to go in the first half, trailing 7-0.
Now you're East Lyme. You can start. All right, let's put a little distance between.
Let's go get 6 headed into the locker room. You got
4
4 minutes and 5 seconds. So we'll see what happens here. Will Flaherty back deep to receive. His heels are right on his 20-yard line. Bobbled snap on the punt. Off the edge, flag down. Bobbled snap. Punter's taken down right at the original line of scrimmage. And I'm anxious, Mike, to see what the flag is. That play was disastrous from the get-go. Is that offsides against East Lyme?
Illegal motion, it's going to be.
Oh, that's it. They're going to decline it, and then East Lyme sets up shop at the 42-yard line, and almost disaster that time for Waterford.
No, I'd say that's pretty much a disaster.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, that would be.
Well, I was thinking the disaster would be the block, but in any game,
Okay.
so got 10 yards, and it is a disaster.
Now 3:55 to go. Keep it on the ground. You could be up 14 and leave them very little time.
Put your boots on, Andrew Haas. I think you're ready to go to work, son.
Yeah.
Salem out of the gun. High snap again. Haas off the right side. Sticks his head down, gets 5 yards. Harnsberger on a stop. Well, Sutman as well on a stop. But positive yardage, straight power football, 2nd down and 5. And with 3:38 and counting, I'm sure Coach Bagos knows he's got a lot of clock and a couple of timeouts, Mike.
And a 7-0 lead.
Yes, he does. Haas again. Haas is stuffed. He is whacked by Marcus Lavelle. Big hit that time by Lavelle.
He calls himself Marcus Senior. Marcus Elliott is Marcus Junior. I learned that last game.
Tanner Carrera on the stop as well. So a couple of guys from Waterford staying home and making the stop. And we'll see what Coach Bagos cooks up on 3rd down. 3rd down and 4 from the Lancer 36-yard line. We're just under 3 minutes in the first half. East Lyme leads 7-0. Salem out of the gun. Fakes the handoff. Got pressure up the gut. Salem dances, slings it to the outside. And was that pass caught? He's out of bounds. Trying to, that's Sean Sosa Roach on the sidelines that time.
I tell you what, Keith. I honestly thought Soha Roach kept his feet
Right.
in. I really did. I thought, as a matter of fact, I thought he got both feet in, not one.
That's going to bring up 4th down, and of course East Lyme is going to go for it. That almost looked like a big league catch on the sidelines. A little tightrope over there.
That was impressive.
4th and 4 from the 36. Haas, and Haas is going nowhere on 4th down.
Chris
He's
Smith.
stuffed by Chris Smith at the line of scrimmage, and he is fired up.
He's been their best player tonight.
Smith says, let's go, boys. Let's get something cooking, not on my watch.
And East Lyme is going to turn it over on downs.
So now Waterford, Mike, with 2:41 to go and a couple timeouts in their back pocket, looking to maybe get themselves on the board.
Absolutely, Keith. I want to watch the middle of the field now, because if there's nobody back there, I would expect Waterford to run the post again. There's no one there. That play is wide open.
Yeah, you've got 8 guys in the box right now. Low snap, high throw that time for Smith, trying to get him in a one-on-one matchup on the outside, and Bakken just overshot him that time. 2nd down and 10, Lancers from the 40-yard line. 2:37 left to go here in the first half.
Dare I say a rapidly moving first?
Yeah, it is.
half?
It is. And you thought this game was going
I
to take
thought
forever.
this game was going to take forever.
It is moving. It is. You got someplace to be after the game?
I do,
Yeah,
and
why?
I'm not going to be there till midnight.
I'll hold
you
the
know?
spot for you.
Okay.
2nd down and 10, Waterford from their own 40-yard line. Bakken out of the gun. Harnsberger on the handoff, and that play is going nowhere. He is stuffed by number 19, Cam Hart.
That was Lavelle. Harshberger was
Oh, I'm
the lead.
sorry. I'm sorry.
That was Lavelle. And it
That
did
fooled
go
me.
nowhere. So
That
it
fooled
did-
me
yeah.
right there.
Well, it didn't go anywhere. So
That fooled me. So that won't make the highlight package.
I've always wanted to do this now. As we approach 2 minutes, I love it when play-by-play. guys do
Okay,
that.
so Lavelle and Harsberger in the backfield. Bakken out of the gun. 3rd down and 8. Come back pattern. The ball's picked off. Dalton Franco picks it off, beats a man. He's got one man to beat, and he is dragged down at the 12-yard line. That time, Dalton Franco stepped in front of that pass pattern and got himself a little Thanksgiving treat.
It pays to be tall sometimes.
That-
That was one of them.
That ball was intended for Marquise Smith in the flat, and that time Franco read it like a book.
I don't think Bakken ever saw him.
Well, there you go. Right back at it, East Lyme. 1:51 left to go in the first half, and they lead 7-0. So, the Vikings trying to capitalize here in this good field position.
Actually, Keith, it's 151 and 6/10. Let's get it right.
What did I say?
1-5. No, you said 1.
Oh, 151. 151 is
It's
6/10.
1-5-1-6.
Okay,
Yes.
Mike. Salem looking through his left, coming across the middle. He gets some pressure up front, gets the ball off, and that ball falls incomplete. Some big pressure up the gut that time by Waterford. Silva again, number 42. Chris Silva's been in the backfield all game.
So tell me why that wasn't pass interference.
I was going to wait for you to say that.
Because it was. I don't care that Salem was under a rush. That ball was catchable.
He ran right through the receiver, the defender.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, 2nd down and 10 from the 13. Haas to the edge, trying to get there. Smith says, no way, son. And a nice job that time by Marquise Smith on the edge making the stop. And Haas is more of a north-south guy than an east-west guy, in my opinion.
But that was a good adjustment for Waterford, because that's how Haas scored the touchdown, and Smith was right there.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah,
tick,
we're
tick, tick. Yep.
just under minute 15 and counting. Salem out of the gun, rolls to his right, looks right, throws right, and overshoots his guy. He had Franco in the flat, overshot him, and a high fastball that time by Chris Salem comes up empty. Will bring up 4th down for the Vikings. little touch on that ball that time by
Yeah.
Salem. You might have had 6.
I'm curious to see whether they will try a field goal here because it would be about 30 yards.
Yeah, I don't see anybody over there.
Higgins is their kicker, number 28,
And
and maybe that's what Rudy Bagos wants to talk over.
They call timeout. They're going to talk things over. 107.4. Yeah, left to go
Very
here in
good.
the first half.
Very good.
Yeah. Yep. Jeff Bernardi's in the booth. We'll talk to him at halftime. We'll get a chance to see a lot of his East Lyme basketball team. And you're going to talk to Jeff, and I'm sure you're going to mention the fact there's a lot of eyes on him this year, a lot of expectations. No pressure, Coach. You know, I mean, you're carrying a flag. The ECC won a state championship last year in Waterford, and I'm not saying that I'm expecting one out of the Vikings, but I could go on Channel 3 and predict it next month.
I will say this. I'll predict one thing this year. We are going to learn that East Lyme's gym is too small.
I think you got a good point there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that place is going to be full every night, and there are going to be some
barn burners.
ticked off people who aren't going to get in.
They can just watch the games on GameDay on theday.com.
Yes.
That's a Casey O'Neill line right there. If I could steal one from my partner. We'll get some scores for you guys at halftime. A couple of games going on around the league, and the oldest high school rivalry in the country down the road at New London High School. 4th down and 9. Salem pressure up the front by Hardsberger. Chasing Salem. Salem trying to come back across his body. He's got his man and overshoots him. Once again, the feet of Salem kept himself alive, and he overshot Dalton Franco, so Waterford comes up big once again on defense.
Waterford's defense has played really well. Not a line that you've heard a lot this year.
Well, I think
their defense has played well. They played great tonight.
Listen, I think you mentioned it back in the first quarter. It's that pressure off the edge that really seems to be bothering Salem.
Keith, if you had told their coaching staff East Lyme is going to have 7 with a minute left in the first half, they would go, where do I sign?
You signed it on the line right now, yeah.
And if they're smart, they run this and get out and start over.
Yeah, and the wind is whipping out there. I see a couple leaves left flowing around out there. Bakken, little quick hitter edge on the outside. Caught by Anna Bellini. He is dragged down for a short gain. He's dragged down out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 here for the Lancers, Mike, with 51 seconds left to go in the first half. So we've seen Anna Bellini on a deep pattern. That time you show him on a short pattern.
Yeah, I would. If I were
You just
them,
pack it in.
I'd run it.
Yeah.
I think that's just too risky.
Bakken out of the gun. Low snap. Comes back across the middle, and he's flush from the pocket, and he's dragged down, and he is sacked that time. Big number 69, Josh Morton, doing work up front for the Vikings.
Did he call? I think Waterford.
Oh. They call timeout with 40 seconds left to go,
and Rudy Bagos is going, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Mike, if they don't pick up the first down here, if I'm East Lyme, I call timeout and put 11 guys on the line of scrimmage to try and block the punt.
You've already come. You've already actually they blocked 2 punts.
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
They just didn't get didn't get credit for one, right?
So what Coach Bagos is thinking? Stop him here. We're going to put 11 guys on the line of scrimmage and have a jailbreak on the punt formation.
East Lyme does have a timeout left.
Yeah.
So I don't. Now essentially, if you don't get the first down here, you are going to force Waterford to do something they have not done well all night.
Waterford's going to have to punt we're on the football here. They're going to have to choose some clock. Hightower in the backfield. And they're going to throw. Bakken comes back across his body. He's got Marquis Smith, and that ball's picked off. That ball is picked off in the flat by number 40, Scott Galbo. Boy, oh boy, recipe for disaster right there for the Lancers, and it was served up by the Vikings.
To be honest with you, Keith, that's probably just as good as a punt right there. So they might have gotten away with one.
But
it's just,
East Lyme's still got a timeout left in the back pocket. If they run the football there, Mike, then you force East Lyme to burn a timeout.
That's
okay. 1st and 10.
Bad coaching. I'm sorry.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Mike tomorrow, Keith O'Brien, bringing you all the action here from Waterford High School. Yep, Coach Bernardi's behind me. Yes, I've accused you of bad coaching, bad
Never.
situational basketball, but
No,
never
we
poorly,
actually-
never
we've never
poorly
done
dressed,
that.
never poorly
We've
dressed.
never done that.
Pass out in the flat and a little hook and ladder play that time. Haas gets the ball on the outside and he's dragged down at the 15-yard line. There you go, those tricky Vikings that time. Spencer Duthry on the hook and ladder. And East Lyme calls timeout, and they got a little bit of life, Mike. 21 seconds left to go here in the half, leading 7-0.
That's a nice little play right there.
Boy, that
And
was
now,
designed
now
very
you
well.
that is their last timeout, so 21 seconds. You still got probably 3 shots in the end zone.
That was the biggest play of the game right there. 27 yards on the little hook and ladder that time. Wow.
I do know when I've second-guessed him.
Sure.
Yeah, like, can we play zone once in a while?
Yeah.
Just a couple of possessions once in a while. That was probably.
I think Jeff came into the booth a little too soon because it's cold outside and we're getting distracted a little bit. Coach, you're going to have your time. Just sit and relax. I mean, come on. It's football season.
So 3 shots, Keith.
3 shots.
One thing to look for here, I think, is Waterford's pressure has been pretty consistent all night, and you take a sack here, and
The half's over.
That might be it.
Yeah, Franco seems to be their most athletic receiver, too. He seems to be able to climb the ladder and go up and get it. So, if you can get him in a one-on-one situation, Mike, I think you take a shot. Boy, you've got a quarterback who can throw the football, who can make some plays. So let's see what they cook up here. 1st and 10, 21 seconds left to go. East Lyme. Salem out of the gun, straight drop back, looks to his right, throws in a flat, and the ball is dropped by Tommy Mason. Mike, and that may be a good drop because I think he would have been tackled in bounds and saved him some clock a little bit.
Yes.
I'm looking for throws into the end zone here. This kid has got the arm to do it. He's got the tools to throw it in there. So I'm looking for passes being pumped into the end zone.
This is not the view of fogged up windows that I've always imagined. Let me just say that.
It's a little steamy in here ever since Coach Bernardi got into the booth. Salem out of the gun, looks right, comes back across the middle, and that ball is knocked down, and there's a flag.
Good call.
That's a flag. That time a little too generous by Tanner Carrera on defense. Dragged the receiver to the ground, and he was all over him there, Mike.
Correa knocked the ball down with his left hand, but he had plenty of receiver with the right.
Yeah, a little inside-out action that time. And that is going to set up shop for East Lyme, half the distance to the goal. So that'll be 1st and goal, I want to say from the 7-yard line.
With 13 seconds.
13 seconds to go before half.
2 or 3 plays.
You could easily get 3 plays off here with the kid's arm strength and his quick throwing ability. Oh, yeah, big pass interference penalty there. And it is from the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for the Vikings. Salem looks left, comes back across the middle of the field, and he hits his guy, Duthry, in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Salem, Spencer Duthry, 6 points, Vikings.
And again, Keith, you can trace all that back to Waterford's choice not to run out the clock.
Yeah.
That's, listen, that not, 7-0 and 14-0 are two completely different things.
A nice job that time by Duthry. A little inside release and a quick little inside slant, and Salem delivered the goods. 13-0 with 8.7 seconds left to go before the half. Wow, just like that. Extra point, snap is up, kick is up, and it's good. 14-0.
Huge.
That's a huge. We talk about momentum being a fickle thing in high school sports. Going into the locker room, coach, on an 8-0 run or going in on an 8-0 run down. How about going into the locker room with a score like that, Mike? Huge for the Vikings.
Very, Keith. And, that you may, when this is over, you may be able to point right to that.
That sequence of
right
play
there.
calling by Waterford on the offensive end. Like you said, there's a time and place when to take your chances or to be a little risky or, be cute with it. But with, 50 seconds left to go, only down 7-0, Mike. Now you've doubled it up. You're down 14-0.
Yeah, and the timing of it. So now you go into the locker room, and it's probably going to cost them, or they'll probably be a little bit more down now than they.
Yeah,
than they would've been.
you're gonna have to pick your team up.
Yeah.
It's 7-0. You don't have to pick them up. 14-0 on a backbreaker going into the locker room. Now you got to pick your guys up a little bit.
And East Lyme gets the ball.
Yeah.
out.
Hightower takes a little knuckleball kick. He dances to the 40, to the 45. Still going. Tackled at the 42. And the flag is on the play. And that play is going to take us to the end of the first half. I think it'll be a block in the back. And I think we're going to head into the locker room. Let's see what the officials say. Sort things out. Who's they got for the crew down there, Mike? Who's the white hat today?
Gordy Maurer.
Gordy
is
Maurer?
The white hat. That's usually on the receiving team. I don't believe we have to play an untimed down.
I think it's going to be face mask on East Lyme, though. So maybe they will have an untimed down. No, kids are heading to the locker room here. We'll sort things out.
Yeah, that's it.
That's declined. That's
the
a
half.
halftime. The white hat
Okay.
comes off like that. That's
That's it.
halftime. So 14-0. East Lyme on a late touchdown from Salem to Duthry. And East Lyme right now going into the locker room feeling real good about themselves. Waterford going to do a little soul searching, going to talk things over. Keith O'Brien, Mike DeMar. I'll step aside. I'm going to let you have a conversation with the East Lyme boys basketball coach, Jeff Bernardi. But I'm not going too far because I want to hear what Coach has got to say. Mike.
All right, Keith. Thank you, Coach. Nice to see you again.
Pleasure to be here.
How are you?
I'm doing very
All
well.
right, it's nice
thank
to
you.
see you got the maroon on
That's right.
tonight.
Just a lot of blue up in this booth. Had to balance it out.
So tell me, what is your let's start here, Jeff. What is your off season been like? I mean, obviously you guys had a really good year last year, but maybe not the ending that you wanted. So what's it been like for you?
So we've really tested ourselves this off season. In the summer, we played up in East Hartford, and we did the same thing in the fall. So we're really playing against some of the best teams in the state to prepare us for the grind that the ECC presents.
I was going to ask you because we didn't see you in any of the leagues around here.
Right.
So that was you did that for a reason.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we went up and played against Sacred Heart, East Catholic, East Hartford, Glastonbury, Weaver, NFA. So every game that we played, we really had to test ourselves and really had to raise the level of our play, which is exactly what my intention was.
So Jeff, let's look at your team coming back now. Obviously, the narrative for people on the outside is going to go something like Dev.
Right.
But you're going to need more than him. So
Absolutely.
just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think last year was pretty evident that we were very reliant on Dev. Many games it was Dev, Luke, and JR doing pretty much all of the scoring. And I kept preaching last year about our balance, and I think this year with a lot of the guys returning, and we've had a really good offseason, I think we're going to get some more of that balance, and we're not going to have to rely on Dev to score, half the team's points.
So Jeff, what do you as a coach, you want to see all your kids play more than one sport, obviously, but when you see one of your starters, TJ Horner, playing football, what goes through your head?
There are pros and cons to football. Obviously, there's the opportunity for injury, but there's the same in soccer and running, so I don't really worry about that too much. I like when we have football players because they bring a certain grit and toughness to the hardwood, and that's definitely what TJ does. Unfortunately, he is really our only football player. And it's also good for them to maintain that competitive edge. So I like when all my players play multiple sports.
If one of the things that we can say about your team since you've been here is that your schedules have always been really good, but I think you went up a level this year.
We did.
To talk about who you're playing and why.
Sure. So outside of the ECC, we have 7 games. And we're starting off.
Bill Bassett is looking into the press box right now going, why is he on and not me? I love that. That's terrific. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we have 7 games outside of the ECC this year. We're starting off playing against Notre Dame of West Haven. They're arguably going to be one of the best teams, if not the best team in the SEC this year. Their best player just signed to play Division I basketball in Texas. So that's going to be a tremendous test for us right off the bat. Then we play Daniel Hand, who's got one of the best football teams in the state. Their boys soccer team just won the state tournament, so they've done nothing but win in the fall season. So that's going to be another tough challenge, another SEC school. Then we're playing in the New Britain Christmas tournament, playing Naugatuck, who's also 9-0 in football, so that's going to be a tough game. And then New Britain and Hartford Public are also involved in that tournament. Then we're playing Weaver again. We're playing Enfield up at Windsor for the Martin Luther King tournament. Let's see. And then we have Glastonbury as well. So it's going to be a really tough out-of-conference schedule for us.
So, Jeff, how do you balance that now? Because you would like, obviously, to have that third home game in the state tournament, play the quarterfinal game at home. But you play that kind of a schedule, then you throw in Ledyard, NFA, London, Waterford. The odds of getting that home game might go down because you're probably going to lose some, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Our focus this year is it's on the journey, and we're not too concerned about the destination. So if we approach every game every night and we play to our full potential, that's really all I'm after. So by playing these really good teams, yeah, we may lose a couple games, but I think we're going to be better for it because of it.
All right, Jeff, last question before we bring Keith back. How do you think that the spotlight is on you guys this year more than any other team in this league? And if so, how do you deal with that?
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think there's going to be a lot of spotlight on Waterford this year. I understand they did graduate a lot of players, but they're loaded. They had an outstanding JV team last year, and I think that group has a lot of high expectations. And then NFA, Mason Jackson had a tremendous spring and summer this year. I believe he has 2 or 3 Division I offers already. So I think the limelight's going to be spread around the league pretty well this year.
All right, Jeff Bernardi, thank you. We will see you next Thursday. We start, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thanks,
one
Jeff.
week.
We are going to send it back to Keith, who has a special guest of his.
Thanks,
of his
Mike. Did Jeff give you the run-of-the-mill answers, or did he give you the good stuff? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Anyway, here we got. I got one of the most special things I have, about game day and stuff like that is the relationships that I have a chance to build with some of the kids. All right, Coach, we'll see you later. And one of the guys I got to know a little bit on game day because he did stats for us, then see him on the field for basketball and baseball, is Walker Sutton. And Walker, first of all, you're happy to be in here because it's warmer. It's cold outside.
Freezing cold.
You're a freshman now at Fairfield. I led the open of the broadcast tonight with saying, 4 years, it seems like an eternity. But you blink your eye and 4 years of high school sports is gone. You've moved on now. 4 years of high school went by pretty quick.
They went by so fast. I remember the first day of my freshman year walking into school for the first time and playing freshman sports as a freshman, then moving up to JV and varsity.
Yeah.
But the 4 years went by in the blink of an eye, and I have no complaints about anything that happened. I won a state title
Sure
in
you did.
2 different sports.
That's something, isn't it?
It's not.
Do you have the
that's not
ring? You don't have a ring
don't
on
have the-
tonight?
I don't have
Why?
the
You don't
rings
have
on
no
tonight.
bling? You let me
I
down.
don't want to lose them. It's cold outside. They can slip off.
All right, so you're a freshman up at Fairfield now, and have you had a chance to really kind of get comfortable up there with the baseball team and, with some of the coaches and some of the guys?
The baseball team is the best group of guys I've ever met. Every single one, from the grad students that come in to the freshmen.
Yeah.
They're close. Every weekend we hang out, we do stuff together, and during practices we're always working on with each other, trying to make each other better, and the coaches are right there with us at the same time. So those are going to be like my best friends for the rest of my life because we're just such a tight group.
Yeah, so you're coming from a situation where in Waterford was a talented team. State championship there your junior year, and you're going now to Fairfield where everybody is good. Everybody is the best of their high school team. Is that intimidating, or does that you want to raise your level of play, to not let the guys down?
Being around the best level of play just makes you want to become a better player.
Yeah.
Because in high school as a pitcher, you knew there were 2 or 3 batters in the lineup that you had to really focus on because they were good hitters, and the rest of them you could just throw fastballs by them. But now in college, 1 through 9, they were all the best players in their high school team, so there's no weaknesses in the lineup. And as a pitcher, you got to execute your pitches, and I'm just going to keep working on doing that.
Yeah, so right now you're giving your arm a rest. I'm sure you're working out. I'm sure you're doing some lifting and stuff like that. You're going to eat a turkey dinner tomorrow, with your family. as we get close to the end of the year and into, say, maybe, January, when do you guys start cooking? When do you guys start gearing up to get into baseball shape?
So right now, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, we're doing running and conditioning every day. And I'm telling you, it's hard work. It's nothing I've ever done like before in my life. But beginning of December, pitchers, we begin to start throwing again. We start easy, and then we do some bullpens and some long toss. And then over winter break, we do our own stuff. But once we get back in January, team practices start again, and end of February, games start. And we start down in North Carolina against Penn State this year. So
well, isn't that something, too? I mean, that's the experience about it, too, is you're traveling. You're going to be down in North Carolina. You're going to be down south. You're going to be playing. You're 4 years there, through sports and through education, and if you go on to play at a different level. But just think about that. What you said, in February, I'm going to be down in North Carolina. I'm going to be up here freezing my butt off. I mean, that is tremendous, tremendous stuff. The coaching staff up there, the difference from the coaching level between high school and college. Michael Burrows is down playing with the Pirates organization, so I'm sure it's a different level. Is the coaching more specific training?
Yeah, there's coaches that are specific for every position. We have a catcher's coach, we have a pitching coach, we have infielders.
Is it hands-on?
Very hands-on.
It's very hands-on, yeah.
Hands-on,
so there's no details overturned.
No. Well, in high school, I had pretty good coaches. Coach Peluso, his brother, and we had a bunch of good assistant coaches. But now in high school, being able to work with a pitching coach that's pitched at the Division I level as a lefty, which I'm a lefty too, so that really helps me out a lot because he's able to see things from my side of the mound instead of the right-hand side.
The crafty lefty, too. Crafty lefty. I mean, are you going to be able to, fastball, curveball, develop a more of a pitch repertoire when you get into college?
Yeah, right now in high school, I was a lot of 4-seam, 2-seam fastball because that's what worked best against batters. But right now, I'm working on throwing a slider, working on a curveball. I'm getting my changeup better, so adding more pitches in my repertoire is very important.
Coming from the left-hand side of the plate, too. Walk looks good, doesn't he, Mike? He's doing all right. He's got his Fairfield gear on. He did not wear his bling. He does not have any one of his state championship rings on.
I can't lose. I don't want to lose them.
You don't want to lose them. Who's going to take your rings here? I mean, half
some
your
East
family.
Lyme fans, they might be jealous.
Half your family's out there. Speaking of half your family, you went to that putrid Boston College Clemson game, didn't you not?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, I had a little fun with Mike because, BC started to crack the top 25, and Mike said to me, he said, this is when the wheels come off. And basically, he was 100% correct. What are you going to give me? The quarterback got hurt?
Yeah, I mean, that changed the game. But for me, it was a win because my cousin, that was his first punt return touchdown on national television against number 2 Clemson. So you couldn't ask for anything better than that. But our excuse after
You were at the game?
I was at the game.
Now, Game Day was there right there. Was that ESPN Game Day was there?
It was.
What was the atmosphere like?
It was incredible. I go to Chestnut Hill pretty much every weekend to see BC when they have home games. And I've never seen a stadium sold out like that. Game day at 9 a.m., everybody was there. And the whole day, the whole town was excited for it. They're talking about it on the radio. People wearing BC gear all around town.
Oh, jeez, I'm glad.
It was so exciting.
I'm glad I wasn't there. Now, Notre Dame comes back onto the schedule, I think, next year or the year after? 2020 or 21, Notre Dame is back on the schedule for BC. That is a game I will be texting you and harassing you during because my Irish are kicking butt and taking names right now.
They look good right now. Book, he's a really good quarterback. I think he's the real deal. And
they got a defense this year.
They have a shot. They have a shot.
Listen, they have a shot at beating Clemson. Nobody has a shot at beating Alabama.
I was saying that, but last week they were tied with the Citadel at halftime. So if they have 2 bad halves like that against a good team, anything can happen.
You might be right. We were at halftime here of Waterford East Lyme. Talking to Walker Sutman going down memory lane. Walker, if you had a chance, I'll talk about last year real quick. We just had a chance to talk to Jeff Bernardi, the East Lyme basketball coach, and he is in the position this year that you guys were in last year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of eyes on you, a lot of eyes on them. Star player in Dev, last year star player in Mikey. Did you guys feel that pressure as a group going into your senior year that he might be feeling this year?
Yeah, senior year.
They did.
We knew coming in that this was the year we had to win. I had a conversation with Mikey before the year because we were both named captains, and we knew that if we didn't win a state title, it wasn't a successful season because we lost in the ECC championship the year before.
That's right.
Got knocked out early in the state tournament.
That's right.
We knew we had a lot of talent coming in, a lot of seniors, and if we just played like we knew we could win it.
Now, you had a rough stretch in the middle of the season. You lost, back-to-back games? It was New London beat you.
New London, East Lyme.
And East Lyme beat you. That's right, because it was a redemption victory tour in the ECC tournament.
The ECC tournament, we got to beat them
Was there a point during that stretch after those couple of games where you guys came together and say, hey, listen, we're not going to let this happen?
after the New London team, we had players got together with the coaches, and we had talked about some things we had to work on. We wanted to try different defenses. We wanted to do different things on offense. And once we were all on the same page, we were able to pick it up in the next game. And then I think we finished the game on a 15-game win streak. And
yeah,
I feel like we could have played with anybody in the state at that time.
That
because
game
we were
against
playing so well.
That game against Prince Tech, the semifinal game on the road, when you guys jumped all over them.
They were such a good team, Prince Tech. Like
Boy,
that big lead was huge for us to start off.
They were a good team. They were
really
big.
good.
They were long.
Mm-hmm.
The Delshawn Jackson kid had an awful night shooting, but
Terrible.
he's a volume shooter though. I mean, he'll take 40, he'll make 10, he'll still score 25. That's just the way he is. Like you said, I think you took a little wind into their sails early in the game.
Yeah, once we got up, we were up like 30-10. And Delshawn was missing everything. We were getting all these rebounds, and everything was going our way. But in the second half, they did make a run, but we were able to withstand it at the end, and time ran out, and we got the win.
So now that you're removed, now that you're at Fairfield, you're big time now. You're a college kid. If you could just look back and think about the run you had to Palmer Field to win a state championship in baseball, think about that whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the expectations. You know, the town of Waterford's a baseball town. You got to carry the flag. If you don't win a baseball championship in your 4 years, you're a failure. We've heard all the cliches here in Waterford. And think about last year's run to Mohegan's Sun. Could you separate one from the other and say this one was better than the other? Oh, he's speechless.
I don't know. Both tournaments were so special in their own ways. For baseball, we just, at the right time of the season, we just started crushing the ball at the plate, and then we had Michael Burrows and Colin Bakken on the mound going back and forth every game, and no one was going to hit them. And then basketball, I might have enjoyed basketball more. I really missed the sport.
Yeah, I will tell you this. I've been around high school basketball a long time. I've never seen an experience like you guys had last year. The post games at Philomena's, you know, all that stuff, the guys coming together. I mean, seriously, I mean, that was you know, the busloads of kids going to NFA.
Oh,
remember that game last year at NFA? That was one of the best games of the year.
Down to the last shot.
Yeah,
It was such
yeah.
a good game. It was so
tremendous.
we had so many games with a lot of fans, and just the energy. You never got tired on the court because you had so much adrenaline going with all the fans.
That's because of game day, too.
That's
Game
because
day was a big part of it.
Game day draws crowds. I
That
can tell you
does.
that. I can
Walker,
tell you
listen,
that.
I need a couple things from you. I need to be healthy this year,
Mhm.
have a good year in the mound, and next time I see you, I better have some Fairfield gear.
I
Hat,
can do that.
T-shirt, Fairfield, you know
I
what I'm
can do
saying?
that.
I'm doing play-by-play for Coast Guard now. I'll return the favor.
Okay, I'll do that.
Good luck to you,
It's
Walker. Good to
be
see you.
back in the
Good to
booth.
see you, man.
You too. Have a
Walker
good one.
Summon. Happy
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving to everybody.
everybody. Happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
tell your mom and your dad and everybody included. He's. I can't tell you. Again, Mike, the relationships we build with the kids and stuff like that, and to see these guys. He's not a kid anymore, is he? He's a man. He's a man.
The nicest kid who ever lived, right there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, good.
He is.
Why, Jeff Bernardi give you the old,
Oh,
give you the run of the mill,
he's telling me how
swashbuckling answers.
how good Waterford's going to be.
Okay.
And all
Give you
this
the Lou
stuff.
Holtz
And,
line when they're playing
I
Rice.
I got Lou Holtz.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, well, anyway.
So, that's me. He knows.
No. That's good.
No,
right
that's
there.
me.
No,
Right
leave
there.
that one alone.
All
That's
right,
the master.
I'm
This is
screwed.
the phones.
Okay.
Okay, we're good?
Yes.
Don't touch. That's the master.
Right. Okay.
This
Sorry.
is us.
Right. Okay. This is us.
That's the one that says
Right.
do not touch.
Sorry.
All right.
Do not. Okay. Right. Sorry. Oh, sorry. That's a little
Yeah.
inside radio, as
Yeah.
John Sterling calls it. So okay. So 14-0 Keith, and I would say that we have two musts here.
Shoot.
Must stop East Lyme. East Lyme gets the ball coming out. Must score on the first possession.
I would
because
agree.
if they don't, and this gets 14-0 deep into the third quarter, I don't see Waterford being able to win.
Well, I want to see these wide receivers make a play. We've seen a lot of drop passes out there. Elliott dropped the ball. Andy Bellini has dropped a couple. There's been some good I think there's going to be plays to be made by Andy Bellini deep down the field. I also think to set that up a little bit, let's share. Like you said, the middle of the field is wide open. We haven't seen Marcus Elliott come across on a slant. We haven't seen Marquise Smith. We haven't seen a screen pass to maybe Marcus Lavelle. So, you know, maybe a little bit a different flavor of play calling from the Waterford offense. We'll set up that deep shot.
Yeah, I mean, to me, when Bakken goes to the line, he should be looking at is there safety help in the middle? Because if there's not, then I would exactly what you said, Keith. Exploit it. I got guys who can run, and if it's not the deep post, run something else there because clearly that's that is a section of the field you can exploit.
Well, I got playmakers. Like I said,
Yeah.
I got Lavelle. I've got Smith. I've got a couple of guys. Let's get the ball to the hands of our playmakers. Mike, on the flip side, but kind of like what we saw that offensive line and Andrew Haas running the football.
Yeah, I think with the lead, I think East Lyme will probably throw it less or want to.
Yeah.
This half, you got a 2 touchdown lead. You kill clock. You punt. You make them go the length of the field, and God forbid, whatever you do, don't turn it over.
Oh, don't turn it over. It's penalties and turnovers, the 2 biggest killers. In high school football. We're getting ready to start the second half. Keith O'Brien, the sports doctor. Mike DeMauro, award-winning writer Mike DeMauro. Hasn't won an award in years, but he may be up for one this year.
You got that right.
You may win one this year. I think you're going to win one.
I
You're going to
really
win
haven't
something
won an
this year.
award
I mean,
yet.
listen.
And I'm very proud of that.
No, I'll put in a good word for you. All your buddies over there, you know.
Yes.
You're ready to get cooking against all your buddies from the other end of the state with high school basketball.
Yeah.
I think you wrote a column about the ECC being recognized in the state.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
I tell you what, I'll put this league right now. I'll put this league up against anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of the fact that there's 5 or 6 schools in this league that went out and scheduled big
Yes.
for this year.
Yeah. Haas and Hart back deep to receive for the Vikings as they will take the second half kickoff.
Good law firm.
Haas and Hart.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Haas and Hart. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Hart and Haas. No, Haas and Hart.
Haas and
doesn't
Hart.
work with Hart and Haas. But anyway, Haas and Hart. Hope I don't have to go to a law firm. Here we go. Second half kickoff is underway. A little pooch kick. Short. Ball drops. That's a free ball. Wow, just like that to start the second half. Quincy Foreign scoops up the loose ball and a little miscue by East Lyme. Wow, Mike, we start the second half. Waterford will start 1st and 10 from the East Lyme 38.
You know, Keith, I don't even know that was a miscue. The ball just died in the wind. It just died, and I think it caught the East Lyme players by surprise.
Unreal is Waterford. Mike, just like that, there's the 3-and-out you wanted, and with the ball at the 38-yard line. Bakken out of the gun. He looks to his right, comes back to the left, throws deep, looking for Annabellini, and working hard out there versus Hart. And again, a matchup, and Annabellini is looking for a flag down there, and Hart is doing his best to stay with him. So come out of the locker room. I'm going to go right to the playmaker, 10 on 10.
I didn't think that was a flag. I thought Ed Waito, the official here on the near side, got it right. I wouldn't have called that.
And again, Bakken is throwing into the wind.
Yeah, it's tough, Keith. Again,
Yes, it is.
That's it's a tough throw to make into this wind.
Second down and 10, Waterford from the 38. Just underway, 11:52 in the second half. It'll inside handoff to Elliott, breaks a tackle, sticks his head down, and he is stopped on the outside by Cam Hart, but a little misdirection that time, a little change of pace for the Lancers and Marcus Elliott.
Yes, now you got a manageable third down.
2-down territory.
The point that I think that needs to be made here is that just because these plays work during the year doesn't mean they're going to work now, because the wind is a factor.
Yep, that's a good point, Mike. That's a good point. Third down and 5 from the 33. 11:20 and counting. Just underway here in the third quarter. Thanksgiving Eve. Game switch from Thanksgiving Day to Thanksgiving Eve to the cold weather. We'll get into that a little bit later on as we move forward in the game. A big third down here for the East Lyme defense and for the Waterford offense. Bakken out of the gun. Inside handoff to Hightower, trying to get to the edge, and that play is going to be snuffed out. And a good job in pursuit that time by number 15, Hunter Lewis, making the stop for the Vikings. Loss on the play will bring up 4th down and 8. Mike, 3-yard loss.
Yeah, now, East Lyme's done a good job defending Waterford's shorter throws tonight. But based on the wind, I think that might be all you can get here is something short. So precision is going to be key here.
Precision is key indeed, my friend. 4th down and 8 from the 35-yard line. Bakken out of the gun. He's going to look to his guy's hand, and Bellini. He throws it. He's picked off. That ball is picked off in the flat that time by number 7. And it is picked off by Will Flaherty. Stepped in and grabbed himself the interception. And again, Mike, I think that time Flaherty dropped down into coverage, and Bakken never saw him.
And Waterford's very fortunate. Flaherty fell down because he was gone. There was no one there. That was 6. Nonetheless, big stop. All the momentum Waterford might have had there has now gone back to East Lyme, and I'd be curious to see what the run-pass differential would be here.
The air was out of the ball on that one. 1st and 10, East Lyme. Little inside handoff to Haas. He bounces to the outside, cuts it back up, sticks his head down, and grinds out about 7 yards. Andrew Haas on cue, Mike, over the right side for 7.
Rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
You know?
With the biggins up front, the offensive line, Josh Morton, Spencer Stanley, John Reitemeyer, Liam Whaley, and Nolan Liska. It's reading your handwriting, Mike. Little pass on the outside. It goes to Franco. Sticks his head down close to the first down. Nice stop on the outside by number 4, Nico Tebow.
First down.
Yep. 4.5 yards. Move the sticks. First line Vikings. First down East Lyme.
And now if you're East Lyme, you start thinking about, tick, 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 tick.
I'm gonna grab 6 more before I start thinking about chewing up clock. I'm gonna go get him right here. You get the wind at your back a little bit, Mike.
Well, remember,
Like you talked about too. 3 scores down.
Yes.
You could be in danger zone territory there.
Yeah.
Franco in motion. Salem comes back to his right, throws. He's got his man in the flat. Nice, easy pitch and catch that time with 2-3. And the ball's out. And I think he's going to be called down. So 2-3-quarter, and I think his knee was down.
Keith, the official here on the near side, Ed Wado, needs to be a little bit more definitive with his call there.
Ball down.
Because we were guessing.
Yeah. Well, Duthry clapping his hands like he get new life on that play, and he might be right. Salem out of the gun. High snap again. Salem trying to step the screen, and the pass is caught across the middle. A nice easy pitch and catch that time by Roach. Roach inside Lancer territory all the way down to the 32-yard line. So after bad snap, Salem making a play, finding his guy Roach across the middle.
He's got nice rhythm right now.
Yes, he does.
Nice rhythm.
Offensive line is getting a little bit of time up front, too. And East Lyme, Mike, marching. 1st and 10, Vikings.
Hart in there for Haas.
Yep, from the Waterford 33-yard line. Now Hart leaves, empty set in the backfield. High snap and pressure up the gut. Hartsberger just misses Salem. He's trying to get out of there, and he is wrestled to the ground. That time by number 50, Ethan Welch. Ethan Welch, a backup lineman that time, coming in and wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Salem did a good job, though, there getting 2 yards.
Yes, he did.
That could have been a 5-yard loss.
That will bring up 2nd down. Salem with Hart in the backfield. Looks over the defense. Franco in motion. He gets the ball. Gets a block on the outside. Sticks his head down, and he is horse-collared down. Stop on the outside by Correa.
All right, so, Keith, if you're a stat guy, do you call it a pass or a run?
That's an inside handoff. That's a pass. It's a little shovel. It's a pass.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's definitely a pass. And I bring up 3rd down and 7. Call it 6 from the 30-yard line. Definitely 2-down territory here for the Vikings. Salem getting the play. A lot of different hand signals on the sidelines. 4 or 5 guys sending in plays. Salem, Hart in the backfield. Fakes the Hart. Looks right. Throws right. Got his guy on the outside. It's caught by Roach on the outside. So Roach finding himself a little bit of room out there, Mike. 2 catches on this drive.
Yes, and as we said, Keith, this is very efficient. You know, we're halfway through the third quarter. They're up 14 and driving.
1st and 10. East Lyme on the move. Fakes the handoff to Hart. Salem coming back to his right. And he is going to be chased down and sacked. There you go. There's your guy, Mike. Kumar on the sack.
And that's my goodness. You know, Keith, there as a senior, I think you got to know enough to try to get rid of that one.
The big sack.
And now he's hurt.
Salem is shaken up.
Down on now he's walking.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt. A knee or an ankle or something bothering him out there. And Coach Bagos, officials timeout. But that is a huge, huge sack. Kumar Sharma doing work up front for Coach Strecker.
We'll see if we do see Noah Perry, who's the backup.
And Salem's a senior. You know he doesn't want to come out of this game, Mike. He wants to finish it off.
Yes, that's the last thing he wants to do. But it's the back. It's his right leg. Something about his right leg, which is his plant leg when he throws. So now, so here you go. Keith, East Lyme's first down on the 22-yard line. They're going in, and now they're second down and about 30 with their backup quarterback in one play. This is why coaches don't sleep.
So Noah Perry, number 4,
yes,
is the backup quarterback. He will come in. He will replace Salem.
2nd and 28.
Second down and a country mile. The junior quarterback, safety Noah Perry, number 4, trying to pick things up for his teammate who's on the sidelines now getting looked at. 5:41 and counting in the third quarter. Keith O'Brien, Mike DeMauro. Perry out of the gun. Hart in the backfield. Perry's going to throw it. Got the guy on the outside. It's Duthry. Comes across and he gets his bell rung at the 35-yard line. A flag on a Harnsberger. Boy, that flag came in a little late. I thought that was a good hit by number 44. That will be a... And Harnsberger's down there waving his hands and pumping up the crowd. I don't think he realizes that flag is going to be on him for a hit. It is a personal foul.
Keith, I think that might have been on Tebow. I'm not sure who hit him. It was 4 or 44. I'm not sure.
Well, the way 44 is reacting down there, he is pumped up.
It's going to be 15 yards from the spot, and I don't know if it's an automatic first down or not.
Boy, that's a huge chunk of yardage to be given a team that had second down and 28 with a backup quarterback in there. Boy, the Waterford bench is spirited. They are fired up, so maybe that hit kind of woke them up a little bit, even though there was a penalty involved. I don't think that's an automatic first down. I might be guessing here. Oh, blow to the head. It's second down, Mike. It's second down and 9. Perry in a quarterback. Hart in the backfield.
After the penalty, it'll be second down and 9. Here's a snap,
Perry's going to throw. He's going to throw to the outside. He's got Roach. Catches the ball at about the 12-yard line. And, Mike, just like that, we got 3rd and 2 off of a 1st and 28 or 2nd and 28.
Again, though, Keith, a little an out route like that is begging to be picked.
Yes.
Marcus Elliott read that 1 second faster. He's gone.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
3rd down and 2, and a big drive in this ballgame. 4:51 and counting. Touchdown here for the Vikings might put a little icing on the cake. You hate to say that early, but Waterford's offense has done nothing. 3rd down and 2 from the 12. Perry takes the snap, throws back to his guy Roach. He's got it. Drags Elliott down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Vikings. And a little extracurricular stuff going down here with Tebow and Duthry. Mike, just like that, insert backup quarterback. 3 straight completions on the drive. 1st and goal, Vikings from the Lancer 5.
As we approach 4 minutes, the third quarter has been a very long drive.
Yes, it has. Perry under center. Throws a little fade pattern, trying to find his guy Duthry, and here comes a flag late. Tebow is holding him up, and I think, Mike, that's a no flag right there because the side official didn't call it. That flag came from the back judge.
Well, just to clarify, Keith, in high school federation, there is no such thing as the ball wasn't catchable. That is not
okay.
a rule.
Well, then that's a penalty.
Because that ball wasn't catchable, but that is not a rule. So
no, both guys.
He did grab him.
Okay. You sound like Casey there corrected me.
Well, no.
That's all right.
It's very confusing. There's high school, college, and pro rules are all.
All right, so first and goal now from the 2.5-yard line. Inside handoff goes nowhere. And a whole host of Lancers. Kumar up front, my guy Kumar. Number 61 also in on the stop for the Lancers.
See,
Sutman.
Will. Our guy Will Sutman.
Will Sutman.
That's how he's going to be known from now on.
Second down and
our guy Will.
Our guy Will.
Yes.
Second down and 2. Perry under center. Little fake, gonna go back to Duthry on the fade, and the ball is knocked away by Tebow. And that time, Tebow won the battle. And a push from Hart. That's gonna cost his team 15 yards. Boy, things are getting a little chippy down there in the field on Thanksgiving Eve.
Duthry's gonna get that one. That's a dead ball. The down will count. Dead ball.
A little shove in the back that time, and that will bring up 4th down.
So Keith, instead of 4th and goal at the 2, it's going to be 4th and goal at the
17. 17 yard line.
You can't do that.
He can't do that.
That's a senior. You can't do that.
And I think Tebow and him have been woofing out there, and Tebow baited him into that one. He baited him into it.
He did, but they're this score wins the game.
Yes. Yep. Well, they're gonna call it 3rd down. I mean, so it's gonna be 3rd down and goal from the 17. It should be 4th down.
See, I don't understand that because that's the shove happened after the ball hit the ground.
3rd and goal from the 17. Perry out of the gun. Perry swings it out to Hart. Hart's got some blockers. 20, 15, catches a block on the edge from Duthry and takes it down inside to 10. So half the yardage back, Mike, on the penalty will bring up 4th down and goal from the 9-yard line. Nice job that time by Duthry blocking downfield.
With the wind, I think that they're not going to kick. So.
You got to go for it. Salem's back in the game now too.
Yeah. Nice job.
Nice job by Perry.
Yes.
Salem back into the game. Hart in the backfield. Duthry at the bottom of the formation. Let's see if Salem can make a play with his feet if called upon here. If I was Waterford, I'd bring a little pressure, Mike. Bring some pressure up the middle. Get number 44 in there. Salem out of the gun. Fakes it to Hart. Throws across the middle, and the ball is intercepted by Marquise Smith at the goal line. Marquise Smith took the jump ball and the tip ball from Franco, corralled it, sticks his head down, and the Lancers got a little bit of life right now.
Very curious. You know what, Keith? Even though whether it was Tebow or Harshberger who got that 15-yard penalty, that hit woke up this team.
That woke him up.
It did. That hit woke him up.
And the woofing in the corner,
Yep.
and it baited, Duthry into the flag and put him in a bad spot. Now
Yep.
listen, let's see if Waterford can capitalize on this. Mike, right now, the body language, the emotion, and the momentum right here in front of us in blue.
So 2:47 to go in the third, 14-0 East Lyme, but
Yep. Must stop on defense. Bakken, let's see if he can get something cooking back there for the Lancers. Hardsberger off the right side sticks his head down. Straight power football, Mike, and there's some hitting going down up front in this ball game.
that's good. This is football, not soccer.
This is good. I like
that's
that.
what we
That's
want.
it. Right. We want some hitting. Keith O'Brien, the sports doctor. Mike tomorrow. 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. A Thanksgiving Eve feast at Waterford High School. We're doing a game tonight, which means I can sleep in tomorrow. Perfect, Mike.
Well, and I have to go to
Going to Middletown. Second
No.
down and 8.
Westerly.
Bakken from the gun. Looks right. Comes back across the middle. Intended for Tebow. And some pushing down there with Tebow. And that ball falls incomplete. They'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Mike, I'm still waiting for this offense for Waterford to put some sort of drive together. They haven't done it just yet.
Well, this is kind of where now you look back and all those drops in the first
Yeah.
half. This is where they you realize what big plays they were.
You're right. I'm waiting for somebody to make a play. I'm waiting for the quarterback to make a play. I'm waiting for one of these wide receivers to bust one.
Yeah.
3rd down and 8. Bakken out of the gun. Annabelle jumped soon. Didn't call it. A little high throw that time to Marcus Elliott. Catches the ball, bounces off a defender, sticks his head down, and Marcus is going to have enough for the first down. Pitch and catch that time, Bakken to Elliott.
You saw how that ball floated, though.
Yeah.
This is obviously they are going into the wind.
Marcus Elliott showing the good hands on that play. Corralling one in, senior. Been doing this a long time.
So I think if you're Waterford, you have to be smart about. You're going to have more success moving the ball coming the other way.
You get the whole 4th quarter.
Yes.
Let's try and get to
Yes.
the 40-yard line midfield and take our shots from there.
Yes.
Bakken out of the gun. Low snap. T.J. Horner bringing the pressure as he was trying to set up the screen pass that time to Marcus Lavelle, and T.J. Horner said, nothing doing there, son.
All right, now that's the aggression we want to see from him going after a rebound. this year.
Yes. Yeah, I like that play call that time, Mike. A little pressure up the middle that time. It was there. Marcus Lavelle had a couple blockers in front of him. Just T.J. Horner was just too much to handle up front for the Lancers.
And he's tall. He's probably 6'3", right?
Yeah, he's 6'3", yeah. Yeah, I mean, him and Peters this year, they could be a tough matchup for anybody in the state, never mind the league. 2nd down and 10, Waterford. 1:34 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Swift moving game. Bakken steps up, slings it, trying to go deep again. Got it into Bellini. Danny Annabellini makes the catch across the 40 to the 38-yard line. That time, Mike, good job by Annabellini coming back and grabbing the football.
So they've been dropping balls on Bakken all night. His worst throw of the night, and that's the one they catch.
Yeah. Well, he knew the pass was going to be hung up in the air a little bit, came back and got it. And what a catch. As the Lancers 120 and counting here in the 3rd quarter, trying to get on the board.
41 yards.
Bakken out of the gun, trying to set up the screen again. There it is to Lavelle, and the play was there, but too much pressure up front by the Vikings. That time, Dalton Franco was in Bakken's grill.
And then Bakken ended up on his
derriere.
on his wallet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if kids carry. You carry a wallet in your back pocket anymore?
I do.
I got a money clip I carry in my front. I'm not
No,
a
I
back
do.
pocket
I'm
guy. I got a
old.
bad back. I mean,
You're younger than I am.
but look at that, though. Look at that money clip. Isn't that nice? You see what's on the top of that money clip?
Mhm.
Huh?
You're using that later.
Get some good use later on. And it's not cash, folks. You won't see any cash in my wallet. Oh, here we go. 2nd down and 10 from the 38. Bakken's got a high tower within the backfield. Little pump and go that time. Bakken steps up, and he is smothered. He is taken down that time. Big number 55, Zach Todd. Or was that Lawrence Taylor?
No, that was Zach Todd.
That's right. Where's the number? Well, as we are under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 12.
That's
For
2
the
plays
Lancers.
in a row now. Bakken's gotten hammered.
Yes, he has. I mean, there is pressure up front. The screen pass didn't work because of pressure up front from T.J. Horner and company. And that time, Todd said, not here, son. 3rd down and 12 for the Lancers. And I got to get a false start on the outside. Marquise Smith with the happy feet in the slot that time.
But I'll tell you, Keith, next year, Bakken will return as one of the, if not the best quarterback in the league.
It could be. They got a lot of important skill people to replace. But, yeah, he's
I hope he gets a little taller.
mm-hmm.
His brother Colin, who pitched here and
Yeah.
is at Avery Point now, is tall. So hopefully that happens.
5'9", 155. The coaching staff wants to see him come back 6'1", 170. Is that a
That's
stretch?
perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. So 3rd and a country mile here. 3rd and a truckload. Bakken looks to his left, throws. He's got his guy in a flat. Nice job on the pitch and catch that time with Smith. And he gets down to the 25-yard line. Chris Smith on the pitch and catch. 1st down for Waterford. And that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And just what the Lancers needed, a big play, and they found it there between Bakken and Smith.
Not dead yet, Keith.
No.
They got some life, and now they're going with the wind. That could be big.
Well, I mean, the biggest play of the half so far has been the interception by Smith down the goal line. Marquise Smith that time. Yeah, we intercepted the pass down there off of Salem. Kind of kept his team in the game a little bit, Mike.
He did, and I tell you, Keith, we may look back on that 15-yard penalty by Duthry.
Yeah.
Duthry, sorry, as being one of the turning points.
Yeah, the 15-yard penalty put them in a passing situation, which led to the tip ball, which led to the penalty. So that's a good point. The 4-quarter sign is up. The cheerleaders are cold. Boy, nice and warm here in the press box, that's for sure. I know I am. You want to go outside?
This is the warmest press box I've ever been in.
Yeah, we're certainly.
I hope Westerly's is tomorrow.
Yeah, are you doing a game?
Unfortunately, yes.
Stonington and Wesley tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. What time's that game? 10 o'clock?
10 a.m.
I don't know if I'll head down there and join you. I'm not too sure. Capizano's restaurant still down there in Westerly on the corner?
I'm not sure.
All right, you have to check into that.
But I was really hoping they would do what everybody else did and play tonight.
Well, I'm going to be in North Stonington at my dad's tomorrow, so maybe I'll take a swing by and pay you a little visit and get
Bring
on the
coffee.
sidelines with you. Bring coffee, lots of it. 1st and 10 Lancers on the move, locking the good points. Bakken comes back across the middle. He throws deep. He overshoots his guy, Sam Menders. First time we called his name all game long. The sophomore who had missed some time this year with a leg injury. Little one-on-one route there. Single-man route that time for the Lancers, looking for Menders down the middle of the field. Pass was thrown high, Mike, and there's your win factor.
Yes, that can't be easy. To figure out when do I put touch on the ball and when do I not.
Here we go. 2nd down. Bakken looks, throws. He's got Smith in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Marquise Smith, and a great throw that time from Ryan Bakken. Lancers on the board. Marquise Smith, good hands people in the corner down there for the Lancers, Mike, and there we go. We got a ball game.
A different Waterford team since the Harshberger / Tebow hit,
yeah.
We'll find out on the field after which one got it, but it woke them up.
Oh, they are awake, and that's Bakken's best throw of the game and a great route run by Marquise Smith.
And a very important extra point here.
Huge. Sam Menders, sophomore, number 18. Snap is good, hold is good. Menders' kick is true. Gonna kick that from 35 yards. The sophomore, Sam Menders. And listen, hang on, folks. We get a ball game. We get a barn burner. 4th quarter. 11:48 to go. Waterford's got a little something cooking for your Thanksgiving dinner, Mike. Huge answer. And again, we talked about the wind being a factor. Well, they took advantage of the wind there.
They sure did, and they've got it the rest of the quarter now, which could be huge.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot for Coach LaForte chiming in. Kind of likes the banter between Mike and I. I mean,
and I like his play calling. So
yeah,
there we go.
Listen, I've had a magical year following that Coast Guard football team.
Isn't it fun?
Oh, it was so much fun. I went to road games. I went down to Kings Point a few weekends ago, and to see those kids and be, I'm not saying I was part of it, but how about just to be around it for me this year was very, very special. 7-3 for that team, tremendous.
NFA 20, New London 7, late 3rd.
Yeah.
Fitch 42, Fitch 41, Ledyard 7, late 3rd.
So just like that, we get a ball game here at Waterford High School. 11:48 left to go in the game, and Waterford, like you said, found some life, Mike, off of a penalty.
You have a fan in the front row.
Yeah, we got some fans out there.
Well, you're famous.
I got a lot of people here. It's not really a barn burner; it's a Bunsen burner. Thanks, Ray. Short kick that time, taken by one of the up men, tackled at the 39-yard line. So East Lyme, as Tommy Mason grabbed that kick return and scooped things up, and we'll get a look here at this offense, Mike. And right now, this offense, didn't really do a lot in that 3rd quarter. They had the ball, but that big interception down on the goal line by Smith. Smith had the interception. Smith had the touchdown catch. It's Smith and Smith. How's that for a law firm? And they're all the same guy.
It was.
Yeah,
I was going to say, were they two different?
No, Smith and Smith.
Although Chris Smith had the big catch that kept the drive going.
Oh, there you go.
Third down.
Smith Brothers. Oh, that's a product already.
Right.
Smith Brothers. Cough drops, I do believe.
We have a real Bunsen burner.
We have a Bunsen burner. Chris Salem back on the field. Ray, thanks. You're beautiful.
I'd be interested to see now, does East Lyme go conservative or do they keep it in the air into the wind?
Well, you're going to have to find a way to get Haas the ball. I mean, he seems to be their key in the backfield right now, Mike. And maybe to settle this game down a little bit, what they need is a sustained drive with Haas carrying the load.
Look at it seems.
Look at the lead with the leaves with the wind.
I was going to say the wind seems to have picked up, which is consistent with tomorrow's forecast.
Are you a big knots guy? So is it wind at like
Don knots? Yes,
no,
I like it.
25 knots? Is it 25 knots?
Oh, I had
15 knots? Is it knots or miles per hour?
I don't know.
I think knots is nautical, so we'll stick with 15 mile an hour wind, which is not good for my golf game. Salem out of the gun. Got Haas in the backfield. High snap. Haas gets the carries. Got some room on the outside. Harnsberger drags him down at the 41-yard line, and Harnsberger's fired up.
Andrew Haas, the ball carrier. He
Still
picks up
got
about 3 before he's brought down by
4 though. Not a bad run.
Mike, he's a tough guy to bring
Yes,
down.
he
He
is.
gets himself to the line of scrimmage. He can stick his head down and get to that second level.
And again, Keith, is this where Pomperog and Weston and
Yeah.
Is
Some
this
of these
where,
close games.
Is this where you start?
We've
to see
seen
it?
that the last 2 years, even East Lyme last year against Fitch and against NFA. Salem out of the gun, goes back to Haas, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, dances forward as he was stuffed in the backfield there. That time Quincy Foreign was in the backfield for the Lancers, and he got out of the tackle and will bring up 3rd down and 6.
Wow, they marked him way back at the 41. Is his knee?
I think
knee
his knee was down,
It
yeah.
must have been.
His knee was
All
down.
right, so we have the first time we can say, Keith, this is a huge play.
This is a huge play for the Waterford defense and the East Lyme offense. Slim out of the gun. He's going to look to his left. He slings it out there. He's got his man. That is Duthry. That ball is caught right at the sticks, Mike, tackled by Tebow. Let's get a measurement on this one, I think, brother.
Based on where he's standing, that's a first down.
Well, your eyes are better than mine through the foggy windows and your glasses, and we'll see how they mark this. I think you're going to ask for a measurement.
I think you could, but it seems I think that's a
There we
that's
go,
a
our
first
first
down.
measurement of the game.
Yep.
So you're saying he's got the first down.
I think he does. I mean, Keith, where I'm standing right. I'm at the 49 yard line. That ball's at
Chain link?
the 47.
Chain link?
Yeah. How about the
Oh, there
length
you
of
go.
the ball?
There you go. Length of the ball, Mike DeMauro says. You are smarter than me. You went to Boston College. I went to Mohegan Community College for a brief stint.
And your football team is still better. Can you tell I'm a
My
little
basketball team might be better, too. I don't know. I mean, UConn Huskies are looking pretty good right now. 1st and 10, East Lyme, 48-yard line. Salem swings it out to Haas. He's got a block on the edge. He breaks a tackle, and he is dragged down by a Harnsberger. Nice pursuit. I'm sorry, that was Harnsberger. Nice pursuit that time by Jackson Harnsberger to make it the tackle.
Haas, the ball carrier.
Tommy.
Two guys I'm looking forward to watching play next year are Bakken and Harshberger.
Yeah, they got motors, both of them. 2nd down and 8. 10 minutes. We're just under 10 minutes in the 4th quarter.
Nope.
Didn't get Harnsberger to bait. Didn't get in the jump. Salem getting the play in from the sidelines.
5 on the play clock.
Yeah. High snap. Pressure up the gut. Pressure off the edge. And down he goes. Big sack that time. Quincy Foreign on the stop for the Lancers. Little jailbreak up front by that whole Lancer defensive line.
So Foreign recovers the kickoff and now gets a huge sack. I can't imagine East Lyme's going to put this in the air. With 9:18 to go, I think you run this and punt.
3rd and 22, if my math does me right, Mike. 3rd and a long way here. Salem out of the gun. Looks, fires, down the middle, and that ball's picked off. Marcus Lavelle at the 37. Dances to the 45. Turns upfield. Lavelle crosses midfield to the 40, to the 39-yard line. Marcus Lavelle, senior, making a play on a big pass on third down.
Keith, I swear this is just not that hard of a game.
You
Why
are
do they
frustrated.
make it harder? Why do they make it harder than it is?
Pass was into the wind,
what
Mike.
would you say the odds are of getting the first down there?
Slim and none,
third and 20.
Slim just walked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you've set them up at the 39. I don't get this.
Well, this is why we're in the booth. He is a gunslinger. He's a bit of a gambler out there, Coach Rudy Bagos and his quarterback. And here we go. Waterford is on the move at the East Lyme 39-yard line. Bakken with Hightower in the backfield. Low snap. Looks to his right. And he throws a duck. And, almost picked off by Will Flaherty. And you know what? Just like that, Bakken almost gave it back to the Vikings.
He did because, Keith, I think in this game right now, it's a 15-yard penalty to run the ball.
Yeah, you might be right. The running game has been abandoned on both sides, Mike. And right now what you're seeing, too, is Flaherty, a little extra help over there for Hart on defense to cover Anna Bellini. Yes.
Yeah, they have to.
They got two guys over there. Flaherty will drop back into coverage and follow Anna Bellini. Go inside handoff, and the ball hits the turf. And East Lyme says they got it. Ball's out. Vikings got it, Mike. Just like that, turnover, first down, East Lyme.
I told you they shouldn't have run the ball. See,
well, that was that little insight.
Yeah,
a little.
Yeah. Well, that was a disaster from the start.
A botch play from the get-go. Marcus Elliott trying to take the inside handoff, a little jet sweep action that time. Bad snap, a bad transfer, and just like that, East Lyme got the ball back.
Time is your friend now.
Yes, it is.
8:40.
Haas doing work off the left side, sticks his head down. He is dragged down to the ground. A nice job on the tackle again by Tanner Correa.
See, that's a good play, Keith. 3 yards. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick.
Positive yards.
Yes.
Positive yards.
That's fine.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
You don't have to get 60 yards on each play.
2nd down and 7 from the 45. Salem, the clock is his friend. Option look, pitch out to Haas. Gets the edge, and a nice job. What a tackle on the edge that time again by Correa, and he is flying to the football right now.
I tell you what, Tanner Correa playing quite a game tonight.
Chances of converting a 3rd down and 20 plus is 7%, says Ray Lafort, the coach.
Well, there you go.
He would know. He'd been in a lot of them.
Let's run something that we have a 7% chance to. Come on.
3rd down, Mike. Big third. This is a big 3rd down for both these teams. Salem out of the gun. Looks left. Pressure by Hardsberger. Gets it loose. And that ball is incomplete. Jackson Hardsberger on the outside, making things really, really sticky back there for Chris Salem.
I have to say, Keith, probably the dumbest thing that was said on the air tonight is that neither defense could stop the other, because that's all they've done.
Mike, I'm impressed with the pressure that they're putting on Salem.
Waterford's defense has played brilliantly.
Whether it's Chris Smith or Hardsberger or Marquise Smith, and a big punt here as Hightower is back deep to receive. He's the up man, and Tebow is behind him. Snap is up, kick is up, and get out of the way. Just get out of the way. Yell poison and get out of the way. Anna Bellini's down there watching the ball. Why do the kids watch the ball? Why do they even get near it?
Marquise Smith just got within about a yard of that ball, and I don't get it.
I mean, does he not? Is the
Run
coaching
off the
staff
field.
yelling poison?
Oh,
Poison.
They're all yelling.
What do you have to yell? Fire?
Yeah, I don't know.
Get away? What is it do we have to yell?
Maybe we need to become profane.
No, you don't want to do that. It's high school football.
Maybe that.
Oh, it's high school football. So Waterford with the ball back and a little bit of juice right now. 7:20 to go. Wind at their back. Let's see what Bakken can produce. Hightower in the backfield. Smith in motion. Bakken looks to the right. He wants Smith and overshoots him. That play was going nowhere from the get-go. T.J. Horner, that time, Mike, off his defensive end position and coverage. 2nd down and 10 for the Lancers.
Horner's played well.
He's played a good ball game.
I know we have a soft spot for the basketball guys.
You
but
love the basketball guys.
He's played well.
You love the ECC basketball. That's for sure. I'm pumped up for the meeting on Tuesday night, and it's only our preseason meeting. I am ready to go. I'm having dinner on the day's tab too. Don't tell anybody that. 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Bakken gets some pressure on the edge. He takes a hit, and the ball is just behind his intended receiver that time, Tebow. But again, the pressure up front by Zach Todd put a lick that time on Bakken. I'm sorry.
John Madden would call him Big Ol' Zach Todd. He's played great tonight.
Boy, he's played a heck of a football game. Like he's making things very, very difficult for the Waterford quarterback, for the junior. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. We are 7-11. How's that for good numbers right there? Get the craps table later. 7-11 left to go in the ball game. Waterford trails 14-7. Big 3rd down. Bakken takes the snap, looks right, pumps right, and Marcus Elliott drops the football at the 40-yard line. That play was right there. 2nd tough drop tonight for Elliott. That was a good throw right there. Good strike. Senior just couldn't grab it. 4th and 10, and Waterford will punt.
There's just not much.
No, that's it. The
Nobody
kid dropped the
feels worse.
football. Nobody feels worse
worse
than
than
the
he
kid
does.
right now, yeah. Maybe his father, who's out there, or his mom, who's sitting right in front of us, or sister doesn't seem to have a problem with it. She's good with kind of any kind of conditions out there. So that's going to force a punt. And if you got time for a trick play, now's the time to use it. And they don't. And a little knuckleball kick. Ball will take a Lancer bounce. Flaherty looks at the bounce and drop dead at the 36-yard line. Ball will be down there. So, East Lyme will take over. 7 minutes on the button remaining here in this football game between the Lancers and the Vikings. Keith O'Brien, the sports doctor, Mike DeMauro, filling in very nicely. You're me tonight.
If you're the sports doctor, that would make me the sports nurse.
Yeah,
tonight
I'm
then,
Casey.
right?
I'm Casey
Okay.
O'Neill tonight.
Okay.
Casey is up with his dad, Jimmy O'Neill. Game day bringing you 2 games tonight. Groundbreaking stuff. Inside handoff goes to Hart. He dances. He breaks the left line of scrimmage. Got a big run there. He crosses midfield. He's dragged down at the 49-yard line, but a nice job that time on the run by number 10, Blaine Hart. Good run. Fresh legs back there, giving Haas a breast, Mike.
That's good for an East Lyme first down.
And now, 6:45, the clock starts to become a factor.
Clock is your friend, that's for sure. Hart gets the carry again. He stumbles a little bit, and he's wrapped up and driven to the ground by number 1, Marcus Lavelle. Lavelle's played a pretty good ball game tonight. Hart comes up a little bit gimpy right there. Mike maybe twisted his ankle there as he'll come off, and Haas will check in for him.
Chris Silva in on that tackle, too. He has played well.
All right, good ball game.
Chris Smith has played well. Harshberger has played well.
Yeah. Kumar.
Marquis Smith, Kumar Sharma. This defense has just been magnificent.
Played a good ball game. 6:10 and counting in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 12. Ball right at midfield for the Vikings. Haas catches the ball, a little swing pass. Flag down as Haas is tackled right around the 49-yard line. I'll check out the flag here, and I think that's going to be a holding on East Lyme. Mike, is it the ump? Yeah, it is going to be a hold on East Lyme.
They call that in the area of.
Yeah, that's what it is. Whenever the umpire throws that, whenever the referee
Yeah.
throws that flag, he's looking somewhere in the offensive line. It's either a holding or roughing the passer, and certainly Salem was not any kind of duress right there. Oh, that's a big penalty right there for East Lyme's offense.
I guess you take this for the yardage, and maybe in the 2nd quarter, Keith, you decline this.
Yeah, well, you have 3rd
Because
and
you want to get the ball back as fast as you can, but
Right.
in this case, there's
so 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 26.
Well, second.
Second, okay.
But you almost
Right.
you almost flip the field. Now, did we learn from? Did we learn?
Let's see if we learned. Salem out of the gun. Looks deep. Looks down the middle. Pressure up front. And he is sacked. He is sacked up front. There's your guy again. Chris Smith making the stop. Played a heck of a ball game, has number 8.
The answer, Keith, we did not learn.
No.
So
Nope.
now it's 3rd and 30.
Third and
I think we should try to throw this as far as we can. What do you think?
3rd and 32.
Yes.
And I think
third
it's less than a 7% chance of converting on
Third
3rd
and
and 32.
5 to 20 to go. Let's heave it.
Let's into the wind.
Yeah, of
and they're going to
course.
heave it. They're going to throw it. Salem looking deep. Breaks the pocket. Comes back to his right. Dances around. And he is still moving and grooving. I don't know how he got out of that. Slem's going to stick his head down, take what he can get, takes a shot on the sidelines, and there's a flag on a Harsberger. And that's just bad football. He's got to know better than that. Salem was running out of bounds. I understand Harsberger is a fiery competitor, but that's just a tough penalty. Coach Strecker is on the field, and he is not happy. And I don't blame him one bit. And if he's not going to be happy, he's not going to be happy with his player, never mind the referee. That's just a tough play. Defense held, and then just a foolish penalty. Yep, personal foul hit out of bounds.
It is 4th down though, so they're going to get so it'll be.
And the penalty is going to be a personal foul against the Lancers.
So essentially,
That'll give East Lyme 15 yards. The ball will be spotted around midfield.
so what this does is it helps.
It's going to remain.
It's a big it's a big field position.
Yeah, it is. You're exactly right.
So now
You flip field position. Instead of
Yeah.
getting the ball to the 30, 35,
yeah, you're going to get it.
you're 20 yards
Yeah,
deep. You're exactly
yeah.
right.
Again, though, Keith, I don't understand why.
Yeah,
what would
run the
make you
football.
think you're going to get 3rd
3rd and 32. Yeah.
into the wind when you run the ball, you can take 40 seconds off?
Yeah. Hightower is the up man, back deep to receive the kick. Get out of the way. Just get out of the way. The ball will nestle down, Mike, at the 30-yard line. 4:53. Waterford trails by 7. So with all the opportunities, Mike, that Waterford has given East Lyme has not capitalized here in the
not.
second half. The Waterford defense is pitching a shutout.
No. Let me say this, Keith. I trust Bernardi and Bassett way more than
You're going on a limb there, aren't you?
what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, you're going on a limb.
I mean, think about it, Keith. Why is this game 14 to 7? Because Waterford gave them 7 at the end of the first half.
Indeed, they did. 1st and 10. Bakken's going to keep it himself that time, Mike, and that play's going nowhere. Didn't fool anybody, didn't snuff anybody out, and the defensive line staying home that time. Liam Whaley on the stop for the Vikings.
Brought down in the backfield by Liam Whaley, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 11.
2nd down and 11. 2nd down and 11, as we're just under 4.5 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Thanksgiving Eve feast. Game day and aday.com. Keith O'Brien, Mike tomorrow. I got a good story to tell after this play, that's for sure. Bakken will operate out of the gun. Good snap, good throw. He's got Smith, easy pitch and catch up to the 35-yard line. He's tackled abruptly that time by number 40. Scott Galbo on the stop for the Vikings. And we'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Mike, and is this 4-down territory for the Lancers?
No question.
Okay.
We're just under 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's funny because you have the London game with Casey and his dad doing a game. So his dad used to do games. Casey got the start through his dad. I'm doing the game with you. You gave me the start on game day. So we're all teamed up with people.
I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, oh, sure you did. 3rd down and 5. Big 3rd down. Low snap. Bakken throws. Got Elliott. It bounces off his hands again. Marcus Elliott having a tough night out there. He had the slant, had inside position on Flaherty, and just flat out dropped the ball. We'll bring up 4th down for the Lancers.
3:32 to go. You do have all 3 timeouts. Do you trust your defense again? I guess that's what this
I'm
comes
going
down
for
to.
it. I'm going
And I
for
think
it
they're
here.
going to go for it.
I'm going for it.
4th and 5 is makeable.
I'm going to find Marquise Smith out here in the flat. I'm going to find a way to get 86 the ball. 10's probably going to be triple covered. We got Marquise Smith in the slot. I'm going to look for him. Bakken out of the gun. Looks to his right. He goes over, shoots his guy. That's Annabellini. And right, just like that, Mike, the drive is over. And Waterford once again will have to call on their defense.
That ball got away from
Yes, it did.
Bakken. You could tell out of his hand it didn't look good.
It will bring up first down and 10. Waterford from the 35-yard line. Chris Salem going to lead his team out onto the field. We're going to go down there and grab some post-game interviews afterwards, Mike. Talk to some of the kids. Talk to some of the coaches. Find out if they like pecan pie, pumpkin pie, or Boston cream.
I can't wait to get out there where it's cool.
You got to write a story, and I'll be saving a seat for you in about a half an hour. Salem out of the gun. Haas in the backfield. Hart in motion across the formation. A little shovel pass, a little pitch to Haas. Turns it up. Sticks his head down, gets into the second level, just like that, Mike, 7 yards for East Lyme on first down. Positive yards.
Waterford's first time out.
I don't like that option pitch down the line.
Yeah.
It's a little too tricky with the wind and stuff
right,
like that there.
The
Straight handoff, maybe a stretch play to get the kid ball in motion.
well, listen, a simple running play is too much to ask.
Well, I mean, it's too much. It's not too much to ask. It may be too much to get.
Right, okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, well said. Again, you're in a position right now where you run it 3 more times. You don't punt here.
Yeah, why not? You're going to force Waterford to use the last 2 timeouts, yeah.
They're going to use all their timeouts, and they're going to have to go 80 yards.
Yep. That's a good
70
point.
70 yards.
That's a good point.
It's just not. But again, I do think that sometimes when the urge to get creative flies at some of these guys, they should duck.
Well, listen. They get big eyes, Mike. They see the touchdown. They get big dreams, Mike. They have big dreams and high hopes.
But there's nine coaches down there.
It's Thanksgiving
Day. Somebody's got to see.
Thanksgiving Day, Mike.
Somebody's got to see something.
We all want a little piece of the wishbone out there. Let's break it in half. Chris Salem, inside handoff to Haas. He dances through. He gets to the second level, Mike. Sticks his head down. Gets 8 yards. First down. Just what the Sports Writer of the Year ordered. A little run play on the inside. Move the sticks first down. Vikings.
And now the best sound that you can hear if you're East Lyme. Tick, 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 tick.
You're waiting all night to use that.
Yes, I was.
You fit it in. Proud of you. Chris Salem, senior quarterback. Looking over the defense, taking his time, Mike, and you know he's looking at the back judge. As soon as he raises his hand for 5 seconds on the play clock, he'll snap. There you go. High snap. Haas into the second level. Stick your head down. Give you 8 yards. Please, thank you. Could have another for Andrew Haas. Got to be close to 100 yards on this kid tonight. He's played a good ball game.
Waterford still has 2 timeouts. Second and short. Decided not to use them.
I mean, if you're going to give up a first down here, you got to use them after. To get the first down, you got to start using them. Haas again into the second level, 5-yard line, dragged down there by number 11, Correa. But Andrew Haas getting himself closer and closer to the goal line. Looking to put this game on ice. Here are the Vikings and Haas. 2:14 and counting. First and goal from the 4. Salem, Haas dances, sticks his head down, gets up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. Andrew Haas. A little cream on the Boston cream pie for Thanksgiving dinner right there. A little whipped cream special as Andrew Haas scores his second touchdown of the night.
I would say you might be looking at your MVP right there.
Yeah, I would think so. Get a chance to talk to him after the game, give him a turkey leg, and let him go to work. He played a good ball game.
Simplify.
Yeah, so
simplify.
keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I try and tell myself that every day. Extra point, snap is up, kick is up, and the kick is through. 21-0 with 2:02 left to go in the 21-7. I stand corrected with 2:02 left to go in the ball game, and right now a wing and a prayer for Waterford.
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, Keith, this fall I believe that East Lyme has beaten Waterford in now football, boys soccer, girls soccer, field hockey, and swimming.
Yeah.
I think East Lyme ran and cross country.
Yeah.
I think they ran the table.
Well, I mean, we started talking about this 2 years ago. It's funny because we started talking about with Big Z when he had the volleyball team when they had a
And
magical
volleyball.
run. Yeah, I mean
Sorry.
they
Sorry, Jack.
yeah, I mean a lot's written about Waterford because obviously they state championships in the last few years in softball and soccer and basketball and baseball, but East Lyme is a very very viable foe in this
Excellent.
conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you get the feeling they would trade them all in
For a state championship
basketball?
basketball,
Yeah.
ECC championship or a state championship?
Both.
Ball's taken by the upman Silva, and he is going to take it out to the 31-yard line. That's where Waterford will set up shop, Mike. 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Coach Ray LaForte, the gunslinger he says, throw the ball deep. Every down, throw the ball deep. Sorry, Coach, Justin Moffitt is not out there. He is not a receiver. He had a pretty good year. I don't know if you know that, Mike. First team all-conference. Number 8.
Well, big things expected from the Bears next year.
Yeah, his basketball team's pretty good, too.
Basketball
team's off to a
undefeated.
good start.
Yep.
4-0, beat Wentworth the other night.
Yeah.
Some good wins. Salva Regina, Roger Williams. Yeah. 1st and 10, Lancers. Bakken, looking deep, throwing the ball for Smith. Just out of his reach on the sidelines. Marquise Smith on the out pattern. Nice job in coverage that time by Scott Galbo, number 40. Played a good ball game tonight as Galbo. 2nd down and 10, 150, under 2 minutes to go. Mike, I tell you, it's been a lot of fun here tonight. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a good time.
We need to do this more.
We've had a good time in the booth.
Don't tell Casey, but we need to.
We had a good time in the booth. We had a good ball game. Casey's down there with his dad. We had a good time. 2nd down and 10 for the Lancers from the 20-yard line. See if Bakken can muster up a little something on the bubble screen to Annabellini. Breaks a tackle to the 40, to the 50. Could be a foot race. Annabellini down the sidelines. And see you later. Number 10. Touchdown, Lancers. Danny Annabellini broke one there. The big play the Lancers have been searching for all ball game. Hold the phone, folks. We got ourselves a barn burner here at Waterford High School. 21-13 with a big extra point here upcoming for the Lancers. A little shot in the arm, a little shot of life, a little turkey shot down there.
And Waterford still got both of its
yes, they do.
timeouts. Very impressive the way he ran away from his defender there, Keith. Very impressive.
Here's a big extra point by Menders. Hold up. Snap is good. And a kick is true. Sam Menders on the extra point. Mike, 21-14. Hey, easy does it,
That's
Mike.
right.
Whoa, Nelly.
Listen, they've already recovered one pseudo onside kick.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
Tonight. Who's to say they can't do it again?
Well, I tell you what I like right here. I tell you what. Yes, I understand, Coach. The lacrosse team over at Coast Guard. That's the last Coast Guard reference I'll make.
He's got to stop.
He's
got to stop.
His head's getting too big over there.
Way too big.
Mike, what do you think of the fact of kicking the ball, like drilling it to one of the up men, trying to catch them off guard? Or, you're going to kick this ball deep. I would try and pooch kick it to one. I mean, do you think T.J. Horner has hands? Can I rocket one off his body and then go down and get it?
I think, I mean, in theory, I like what you're saying, but now you do what you practice.
I got to do the onside kick.
You probably have one onside kick in your arsenal, so that's what you do now.
Well, let's dial it up. Let's go. For these seniors, this is it. Let's put they got a lot of speed people over here on the right side, Mike.
It's interesting though. Up front, there's two defensive players in front here. Horner and Galbo are in front. Maybe they have good hands. I don't know.
Here comes the onside kick for the Lancers. Got to be an onside kick. Could be the ball game. A little pooch kick that time and a flag down, and that ball's taken by Cam Hart. So a little misdirection trickery may have backfired here on the Lancers. I think they were offsides, Mike.
They are.
As their false start, they were offsides.
But I tell you what, Keith, I don't think that. I think that's an advantage to Waterford.
Okay.
A penalty against you should not be an advantage. Now you get to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. If it didn't work the first time, try the second, right?
Right.
So here we go. Onside kick. Is that Owen Johnson out there? Is that 52?
That is Owen
Johnson. Teeing things up. Could be the ball game. Owen Johnson. Again, a little squib kick on sides. And the good hands people up there. Nice job by Cam Hart corralling that in. And a good job on the front line by Hart that time corralling that onside kick in.
And he did he didn't quite have it the first time.
No, he did not. He had to
then he smothered it.
Smothered it, yeah. Yep. Good call there,
So
Mike.
2 timeouts, which means you're going to have to run. Well, obviously 3 plays. See how I can do math, Keith?
Yeah, you're good, Mike. I mean,
Yes.
you are educated. Snap, handoff goes to Haas. He crosses midfield, breaks a tackle, sticks his head down, and churns out 7 yards. Call it 4 yards, Mike.
4 yards.
That's right.
You said call it 4 yards.
Call it 4
so I called it 4 yards. Actually, it was probably 5.
5 yards.
Yeah.
All right, second down. Waterford will use their second timeout, Mike. We are 1:29 left to go in the ball game. Waterford trails East Lyme 21-14, and a little late dramatics by Anna Bellini has turned this thing into a football game, and it's curious to see how this thing plays out.
Well, they're 6 yards away from victory.
Yeah. And boy, it is cold out there too. When you see people wearing hats and those the jackets with the hood with the fur around the face,
Yep.
and all that stuff. I don't know what you call them, but it is cold.
We have 33 degrees.
Yeah, it's colder
according
than
to my
that.
phone.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's cold outside. More like 13 degrees.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, it is. You ready? You ready for the holidays?
No.
I'm not. I'm exhausted already, and it's only been 2 days into Thanksgiving. My day job is gonna take its number on me. That's for sure. Second down and 6 from the 46 for the Vikings. Salem, Haas in the backfield. Haas will get the call. Breaks the tackle, dances across the 40, picks up the first down. Nice little tough inside run that time by Andrew Haas. He picks up 8 yards. Move the sticks, first down East Lyme.
And that's it.
That's a big run. That could be it.
Now it's knee, and go celebrate.
Yeah, that could be the icing on the cake right there for the Vikings as we are at 1:13 and counting, 21-14. Haas may get the call here again. Salem out of the gun. Haas gets the call, dances across into the 35-yard line. He's tackled there, and that could be it. 56 seconds left, and Waterford will use their last timeout, Mike.
2 snaps, Keith,
and
we are done.
Been a good football game here. A lot of mistakes, a lot of unforced errors, a lot of drop passes for Waterford. I think if they look back in this game, they're going to see it's a game of missed opportunities.
Well, yes, missed opportunities and questionable at best strategy at the end of the first half.
Yeah. That's high school football, is it not?
Yes. So East Lyme 1-4 to start the year. We'll
finish 5-5, and that's
Not
one of the
bad.
things that Coach Bagos and I talked about last night. He talked about we went 4-2 down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, Keith, you look at a team like East Lyme. If they played a traditional ECC schedule,
Yeah, they got
didn't
6-7 wins. Rudy
they
talked
didn't
about
have
that.
Pomperog,
Yeah.
Norwalk,
Weston.
and Weston in there, and you replace them with Plainfield, Griswold, and
Montville.
somebody else. Now you're 8-2, and
Yeah.
maybe looking at the postseason.
Yeah. Well, it's victory formation time for East Lyme as Chris Salem will take his team to the line of scrimmage. I think we're 2 snaps away. Haas is at the 50-yard line. I hate to see a snap out of victory formation go back to the 50. I've seen stranger things. And Salem, I think Mike, it's going to be one more snap, and that'll be it.
Last Sunday was the 40-year anniversary of the miracle at the Meadowlands.
Oh, okay. Was that who was that? Herm Edwards?
Yes.
Oh, geez. You remember that play?
Yes.
You do remember that? Joe Pisarcik
Yes.
at quarterback?
One more.
I think we're going to need one more play.
Let's see if they put the ball down after 25.
It's going to be in sportsmanlike conduct against Waterford. So
Oh, I
obviously
see.
some chirping going
I
on.
see.
That's offsetting. Oh, no, it's sportsmanlike conduct right there. So,
Yeah. So this will be your last play.
yep.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
And another flag. Okay. Tebow it's Tebow or who that is, but another flag is going down. And, you know, if Waterford's going out, they're going out in style, that's for sure. Kicking and screaming.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Keith.
Yep. Back-to-back unsportsmanlike conduct penalties will put the ball way down inside the 20-yard line. They're going to need one more snap here. 20, yeah, there was 31 seconds when they wound the clock. So
And after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty,
Chris Salem will lead his East Lyme Viking team to the line of scrimmage. He will, and another flag. And this is embarrassing now at this point.
Nick Sibilia just tossed somebody.
Yeah,
So whoever you see come off the field has been ejected.
the wheels have come off.
I
And
think
that's gonna
I
be
think
it.
That's they said the game's over.
That's going to be it. That's your ball game. 21-14. East Lyme beats Waterford on Thanksgiving Eve here at Waterford High School. And East Lyme gets himself to a 500 record. Good for Rudy Bagos. 5-5 on the year for the Vikings. Mike, what a ball game here. I mean, it was a lot of
Good
fun.
night,
Things
Keith.
got a little
Good
chippy
night.
there at the
Yes.
end. But listen, what a fantastic football season it's been. I want to thank all the listeners and all the viewers out there on game day. I can't wait.
And we'll see you for hoops
I'll see you for hoops.
next month.
Pecan pie, Boston cream, or pumpkin? You didn't answer my question.
Boston cream.
Boston
Not
cream.
even close.
And Mike tomorrow is actually saying, I like Boston.
Boston.
Listen,
Yes. So
I
there's
knew
a lot of things
it
I
took
like
me,
about Boston.
Took me all year to bait him in, but
not the baseball team.
I got him. I got Mike tomorrow. Listen, I want to thank all the listeners. I want to thank Peter Wappy for coming out tonight, doing the game. A happy Thanksgiving to Casey and his dad over there. Listen, don't go away. Game day will be back in about a month or so. We'll bring you the ECC basketball preview, and we've got one heck of a basketball season on tap. Keith O'Brien, the sports doctor, Mike tomorrow, wishing everybody out there a happy and safe Thanksgiving.